was Floyd and he was me,
Yeah.
he wouldn't never have to fight again because the exhibition shit,
Yeah.
as me being his little brother, hey, little bro, we finna do 10 rounds and we both gonna get 100+ million for it.
Right.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well,
Right.
well, I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Right.
And you ain't never got to.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes. Got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see them jump in whenever they go live. Peep it. This channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Jusdu shine busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Jusdueboxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Jusdu. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word 'em up. Yeah. You know what time it is. $4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.
In the building. Make sure y'all subscribe to Jusdueboxing, the best boxing talk on YouTube.
Jusdueboxing in the building, 4 o'clock shorty, man. Y'all make sure y'all check him out. He's going to be live today at 4 o'clock, man. And he's going to be spewing some good stuff as he always do with an unbiased approach, man. He's probably the most unbiased channel on YouTube.
What's going on? And one of my favorite channels, if y'all into that pugilistic perfection, if y'all into that boxing, that's that boy Jusdueboxing here on YouTube. Make sure y'all check out Jusdueboxing, the only unbiased boxing channel on YouTube, because I am definitely biased when I talk about boxing. So
as always, we got to shout out everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to my brother Jusdu. Y'all make sure y'all go sub to Just, man. Just doing a hell of a job over there. Had a great interview today. The brother, and I say it respectfully, one of the most non-biased individuals that I've ever heard speak on the sport of boxing. And I got a lot of love and respect for my brother Just, man. And right now, we're going to give him his just due. Shout out to my brother Jusdu, man. Much love.
What's good? What's good? Salute to the family. How y'all feeling on this good Monday? Man, we are back to build on this boxing and give it its just due how we always do. You already know, smash the like button for your boy, sub to the channel, turn your notifications on, and come say what's up. Come be a part of the build, man. We're going to chop it up. We're going to build on this boxing. But trying to have a little guest appearance in a second for y'all, man. Shout out to the family. I know how we do over here. Where the likes at? Let's get them to 1 million and beyond. Mike Kirkland, my brother, how you feeling, bro? Shout out to Justin James, my dog, man. Appreciate you, bro. It's a happy belated birthday, man. I appreciate you, man. Shout out to everybody that pulled up on the B-Day stream yesterday. We had a good conversation, man. A nice build. You know, we kept the tradition going, man. Going live on my birthday. That's something that we always do. Shout out to Mike Mezak. What's good with it, bro? Mike and Mike is in the building. It's always a good day. Technique, what it do, homie? I don't know how Devin will bounce back after getting his chin checked by that drunk boy. I know how he'd bounce back. Dedication, focus, hard work, smart work, confidence, and just being smart. Devin just got to do what got him in this position now that we always talk about him, right? That's all he got to do. BJ33, my guy, what it do, homie? How you feeling? Money, Brown TV, what's good, Money? How you feeling, my guy? Shout out to Mike Mays. I appreciate everybody, man. Appreciate you, Money. Ace, all love, family. Jamel in the building. Fareed, what's good, fam? How you feeling? Shout out to everybody, man. Y'all hit that like button for your boy, man. We gonna build on this boxing. But like I said, man, I try to have a little surprise guest for the people, man. So shout out to everybody. We gonna talk about it. Corey, aka New Fat Boy, what it do, homie? How you feeling, man? Y'all smash the like button for me, man. Sub to the channel. Turn your notifications on. Drop a cash app, super chat, and we gonna build. Man, I'm trying to give it a quick second, man. I'm trying to, slip a little guess in the back door for the people, man. But we're gonna talk about this card that's coming up because it is fight week. It is fight week for Devin Haney and Jose Ramirez. They got plans on being welterweights after this fight. We're gonna talk about that. You got Ryan and Rolly. Same deal with them. They're talking about being welterweights after this fight, right? So you got the landscape of the welterweight division changing right in our faces, right? You're gonna have the emergence of quite a few players, and it don't matter like if you like them or not. It just is what it is. I think it's very interesting that Ryan Garcia, Rolly Romero, Devin Haney, Jose Ramirez, all those guys gonna find themselves up at 147 pounds, and for better or for worse, I think that's definitely going to impact the landscape that we got at 147. We all know who we got there as the champions, right? From Barrios to, Boots Ennis to Brian Norman Jr. So you know who the champions are, but those guys are make good matchups with the champions if any of those fights were to come to fruition. But we all know what the fight is to make at 147 pounds, man. And that's Boots Ennis and Brian Norman Jr., in my opinion. My honest opinion, I want to see it. I'm always push for it, be an advocate for the fight. I want to see them dudes continue to win all the way, remain undefeated until they fight each other. And then from there, may the best man win, But we going to get to it. Banks, what it do, homie? How you feeling? Mike Kirkland, my guy, always supporting the grind, man. Much love, much appreciation, bro.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Shout out to my brother Mike Kirkland, man. And again, appreciate everybody that be their wishes, man, that be their love. It's much appreciated, man. I felt important yesterday, man. You showed a lot of love, man. Y'all still showing love today. So appreciate y'all, man. And we just gonna keep building. Y'all know how we do over here. Yeah, dig. 2 cents, what it do, homie? How you feeling? Boots versus B Norman. Yeah, that's the fight, man. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear no duck talk. None of that. That duck talk is garbage, man. It's just not good for the sport because more times than not, that don't be the case. And I've been very, very consistent on what I believe as it pertains to that situation. The only thing I hate it for them as fighters and as teams is when things go public because people get a hold of negotiations and then they start thinking they know how much a fighter should take and how much he's worth, and then it get a little messy, right? And then we move further and further away from what we really here for, and that's to see, in my opinion, one of the best fights that the welterweight division could offer. That being half of that being Boots Ennis, the other half being Norman Jr. Like I just don't see it no other way, and I'm all in. I'm truly just hopeful that they continue to win all the way up until they fight each other. I hope that they can, pick up kind of where they left off behind the scenes and really put together a fight that the people just going to enjoy because those are the dogs of the division. You know, I know everybody got their different opinions on, you know, each of the fighters or the teams of the fighters and whatnot, but let's call this shit what it is. Bozy Ennis and Boots Ennis been very successful, and they've been kicking ass, and they deserve all the praise that they get. Brian Norman Sr. and Jr., they kick down the door, man, and people just got to accept it for what it is. And when I say kick down the door, I mean they positioned themselves in a way where people were, you know, doubting them and counting them out. And whether they felt like they had reasons justifiable or not, you just don't count out a young guy that's still working, still learning, man, still proving it, right? Still adjusting, still growing, still developing, right? And I was one of those advocates like, man, nah, I don't think we've seen the best of Brian Norman. People seen the, you know, the Janelson Boca Chica fight, and, you know, people seen the fight with you know, Quentin Randall, and they kind of just went to writing him off like, nah, he ain't this, he ain't that. And then you turn around and you get the Santillan fight and kick the door down there, proved everybody wrong, beat the fight out that man. Get what I'm saying? Then he's turned around, dismantled Derek Cuevas, right? You know what I mean? Despite all the duck rumors and all the garbage talking points that people was having against him, you've never heard that young man say he's unwilling to fight anybody. Never heard that. And I think that's very important for a conversation like that when you're talking about him going up against what a lot of us feel like is one of the absolute best welterweights and fighters in boxing, in Jerron Ennis. So, you know, I'm just an advocate for trying to push boxing forward, right? Narratives aside, and giving guys their credit accordingly, right? Because if you ain't never shown me that you was a scary guy, or you ain't never shown me that you're unwilling to take a challenge, why would I put that jacket on you if all you show me is that you're willing to get in there and not only challenge yourself, but prove people wrong in the process and look good doing it? And that's what B. Norman, that's what he did. He kicked the door down with back-to-back performances that you can't ignore. You could say what you want. You could try to hate, but people was going against him. They had him losing. Then he shined both times and made this shit happen. So that's where I'm at with it, man. I just like where the welterweight division is going. If we get the fights that we need, bro, it's gonna be fun, man. It's a lot of fun that we can have. Shout out to everybody in the chat, my guy, 2 cents, man. What it do, man? Yep, fresh faces at 47. Yep, I'm telling you, Enzo, what it do, fam? Which fight got the biggest chance of an upset? Hey, I did that. I did a live on that. Shout out to Mike Kirkland. Appreciate the love, man. Appreciate you. Boxing Poe Owens, what it do, fam? Start shit. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Like, all this duck talk is trash. Like, I get it. Sometimes the fighters talk it, the teams of the fighters talk it. I understand it, but we the fans, we gotta know better. Dudes ain't scared to challenge themselves, and I'm gonna always stand firm on that until proven otherwise. So we got, when you talking about B. Norman, when you talking about Boots Ennis, you talking about 2 dogs. And whenever you got 2 dogs in the same division and they both hold hardware pieces of the welterweight crown, it's only right for them to fight. It's only right. So I'm going to keep being an advocate for great fights. I'm going to keep giving guys they just do. I'm going to keep, you know, just putting things in its proper perspective without labeling these fighters and putting jackets on them. You know what I'm saying? Big Dog Willie, my homie, was good with it. And you just do salute, special salute to Eric Grease.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well, right. well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Oh, it was a fool. Shout out to Big Dog, Big B-Lo. What it do? Redemption tour for Haney starts Friday. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Shout out to Big B-Lo. I'm rooting for Dev. I'm 100% in this corner, man. It's time for him to kick ass. They're counting him out. That's why I said what I said today, man. Look, he about to step on Jose. I'm just making that's my bold claim for the fight card, y'all. That's my bold prediction and bold claim. I ain't saying he gonna stop him. I feel like Devin gonna step on Buddy, you know? Get the job done. John Wick, what it do? Yeah. That A-side, B-side stuff kind of ruined boxing too. The conversation just sucked big time. Teach, what it do, homie? How you feeling? Aisha, the queen, is in the building. How you feeling, Aisha? One of my favorite people, by the way. Just gotta let that. Just letting y'all know that. I love the rest of y'all too. But Aisha, shout out to the Day One supporters. Heard Mike Kirkland's, man. Much love to y'all. Cornelius, my dog. Mr. Grandy, what it do, man? Teofimo versus Barboza. I think people feel that way too. Haney gonna watch Ramirez and Ryan gonna spark rollies. I think Haney gonna kick ass too. Oh, shout out to the queen. Big shout out to the queen for the 20 piece. Much love, always showing love in the cash app. Shout out to the queen Aisha. Much love to you. Let me get her just do.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Shout out to the queen. Much love and appreciation, Aisha. It's just as I start talking, she come right through. Blessing the chat. Blessing your boy, as always, man. Appreciate you, man. Yes, man. All is good, man. I'm always good. It's always a good day to talk boxing. I had a birthday yesterday. That was enjoyable, very peaceful. You know, we got a good 3-hour stream, man. Enjoy having a conversation, right? And it was fun. It was fun. I enjoyed myself. Behind. Bending new corners on the old truck. Shout out to Binance TV, my dog. If Devin step on Ramirez, then the narrative is going to be Ramirez is washed, right? And we ain't letting them do that. You know what I mean? Yeah, it went. Forever G, shout out to you. And big shout out again to the queen, Aisha, man. Much love. Appreciate you as always. Showing much love to your boy. But yeah, man, look, we're going to talk about it, man. We're going to talk about it. Meanwhile, I'm warming up. I'm trying to see if I could get my guy to slide on through. But we're gonna talk about this because this is Devin Haney's time to put up his shut up, right? And I think he's gonna put up. That's what I'm leaning towards. I'm very optimistic about his bounce back, his ability to bounce back. And the reason for it is this, right? It's not just that I'm blindly rooting for him and just hoping that he return to form. That's not the case. Fights, losses happen. People get their ass beat in fights. It would be the first time, right? He's very young, right? You seen the way he dealt with it during the ass whooping, right? Each time he got dropped, he climbed right back up with a look in his eye like, bro, you gonna really have to take me out. Like, I'm gonna have to be unconscious for me to stop fighting you. And I think it's a lot to be said about that, right? I think it's easy to overlook when you've on the receiving end of an ass whooping, right? Of a L. You know, and that's what it was for Devin at the time. But very resilient, had no quit in him. Somebody like that come from a good background and could have been like a lazy spoon-fed type of kid. Now, that wasn't the case. He worked extremely hard. So now that he faced this kind of adversity, not only in the fight, the adversity that he faced after the fight, you get what I'm saying? It allowed him to build some character and really see what he made of. And if he's anything like what I think he is mentally, he a lot tougher than what people gonna give him credit for. That man get in the gym and try to make the necessary corrections to get himself all the way back to where he was and then some. That's what I truly believe because of his work ethic would dictate that that's a logical way to believe, right? He ain't got no quit in him. I know he ain't quit on himself. I even heard in more recent interviews, accountability, you know, within self of making mistakes and understanding that he could have did things differently. So that kind of put me at ease, just knowing like as a fighter, you know, you can learn from these mistakes when you accept accountability, right? When you put the onus squarely on yourself. Like it was no Osterine mentioned in that conversation in particular, right? When he was mentioning the mistakes that was made. So I like to hear that from him. Despite what people think about Bill, man, they're going to try to figure it out. They got Jose Ramirez got to answer some of the same questions that Devin Haney got to answer. Is he still him? Can he bounce back, right? Can he look like the guy of yesteryear, right? You know, the Jose Ramirez in his prime is going up to, more weight, going to make him look better, feel stronger. Same thing for Devin, but I do think Devin is the more skillful guy. He's younger, more youthful. Yeah, he took a tough one against Ryan, but shit, man, that's boxing, bro. That's boxing. You take ass whoopings in sparring too. You get me? You get me? You know what I mean? So it's just part of boxing. It's part of boxing. It's part of boxing, bro. And it's just what happens, bro. Like every night ain't gonna be your best night. And that's what we demand of these fighters, bro. And it's okay, but every fight is not gonna be your night. And I'm not gonna overreact when somebody lose a fight. Stepping in there, like despite what despite what what anybody may think, those dudes were more closer in or around the same skill level than people thought. Yeah, I think there's things overall that Devin Haney can do as a fighter, as a boxer, better than Ryan because he's more disciplined and things like that. But Ryan's athleticism, and you see that speed and power kind of make up for what he may lack, from an IQ standpoint, right? He's able to get away with some things because he can make up for it with that speed and that power, and that shit ain't no joke. So those dudes were always in or around each other's skill level, right? And you can tell by how the fight played out. The rounds where he wasn't getting dropped, he was doing extremely well because he was boxing. You get what I'm saying? Just watch the fight again more recently. Like, he did extremely well in those rounds where he wasn't getting put all over the canvas. You get what I'm saying? So I'm a firm believer in a fighter's ability to bounce back, but it starts here mentally, right? You have to be mentally tough. And for you to constantly get punched and dropped and look vulnerable like that and look your worst, right? Continue to get up and say, man, if you ain't knocking me out cold, then I'm just gonna keep fighting. It's that part of me, that part of him is I'm gonna always be able to respect. You know what I mean? That kind of mentality. So yeah, he took some time off. He needed it, right? He needed some time off, needed a little break, give his body a rest. Now he getting back to it, coming back at a slightly heavier weight class. He basically prepping his body for 147. You know what I mean? It's a catch weight, but they're going to be legit welterweights in the ring. You get what I'm saying? So I think both guys will be healthy. They should feel better with the added weight and not having to cut as much. That's on both sides, both Devin and Ramirez. But I just think ultimately Devin got more left. You know what I mean? I think he got more in the tank. I think people are putting a whole lot into this Ryan Garcia fight. I don't think he got beat up as bad as people made it seem. He fought in spurts. Yeah, he got clipped and he was getting hit with some really big shots, no doubt about it. But as far as getting it wasn't getting just like obliterated. It wasn't the case. It's just Ryan had really big moments with those knockdowns. Not taking nothing from him, but I've seen worse ass whoopings than that, right? I've seen it. Like that dude fighting in spurts and having to take breaks in between combinations because his gas tank was shit. Nah, I seen worse ass whoopings. And that's all I'm saying. If Devin understands that and know that that's part of boxing and understand the mistakes that he made and how to correct them, he's going to be just fine. He's going to be just fine. I think he's a resilient young kid, man. He'll be all right. Ty Rob, what it do, homie? I know boxing. Do you Dev stops Ramirez? Nah, I don't want to hope nothing against Ramirez, but I hope so, bro. Made a good point about not leaving it all in the gym. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, over exerting yourself, overtraining, that's real. That's a real possibility. And that's something that you want to make sure you're not doing. You want to put yourself in the best position possible, and overworking definitely could do more harm than good, for sure. So yeah, man, just being balanced was key. That's important. You know what I'm saying? That's important. Big Dog Willie, shout out to my homie back in the super chat. He said, I get on Bill Haney for capping and trying to downplay Shakur, but overall, I always get Devin as just due because he's a warrior, very good fighter. That's an absolute fact. And Bill has done far more good for his son's career than bad. You get what I'm saying? People I think they lost one fight, and that was with Osterine involved. So that's now a no contest. Other than that, super, super successful. Accolades, he got them. Very young, youthful. He got a lot left still to prove and a lot more to gain. You know what I mean? If he plays cards right. So I like them as a team, bro. Bill ain't going to be perfect. We can call him out for the things that's obviously ain't up to par. But other than that, hey, man, he doing his thing, man. I like this. I can't wait to see this bounce back. This is a comeback story that I'm looking forward to. You know what I'm saying? Seeing this young dude get back in there, improve a lot of the people. And I ain't talking about criticism, like the people that just go out their way to hate on him. It's crazy work to me. You know what I'm saying? Never forget that he was the one that was cheated, not the other way around, and people treating it like he was the cheater. So that's the part that always going to trip me out. But other than that, I'm ready to see this fight this weekend, man. And May 2nd is going to be real. This is a proven fight. I think he's stepping on Ramirez. Really appreciate you, bro. Much love, family. Save yourself for fight night. Yeah, you know, I figure it's a delicate balance there between you know, going hard in the gym, going all out, and like not burning yourself out. And I think that's what he's speaking to. Not saying that he was cutting corners and not going to work as hard, but you want to make sure that you're working smarter, not harder. I think that falls in the lines of working smarter, not harder, right? You at a certain point, you only could work but so hard. At a certain point, you have to switch things up and be smarter with how you approach the work, right? So to make sure you're getting the results out of it. And I think that's what he was speaking to. So he sounded like he got his head on straight. Seemed like he had time to really process the loss that was turned to the no contest. So it's business as usual, man. I think Haney has the tools and the skill set to give a guy like Jose Ramirez issues because he can box well, stay very disciplined behind the jab. You get what I'm saying? And just because Ryan Garcia was able to take advantage of the bow and arrow jab, as they calling it, right? Or that flaw that Haney has in his jab, doesn't mean 100% that Jose Ramirez is going to be able to do the same. You get what I'm saying? So I just can't wait to see it. Again, shout out to the queen, man. CJ, what it do, homie? How you feeling? I appreciate fighters' greatness. It was great to hear, man. Appreciate you, Favorite G's. Yeah, they was Zoom verse, my dog. What's good with it, Brody? How you feeling? Out there, shout out to the queen. Appreciate you, D, for the win, my bro. What's good with it? Yeah, man, it's crazy that dudes was creating fake accounts all because I was giving Clarissa her just due. We got some weird boxing fans in the sport, man, and we just got to keep fighting that good fight. People will catch on when they catch on, but for me, I'm always going to give people they credit that they deserve, man. Until these trolls or these people that be on the internet show me that they can get out there and box at a world-class level, I ain't trying to hear nothing they talking about. You know, we at a weird place in boxing where men find it acceptable to downplay and disrespect, you know, the presence of greatness when it comes to Clarissa Shields and just what she stands for. It's by far the weirdest thing I've encountered in quite some time, and it's with no rhyme or reason. Like you got dudes running around here talking about how you can't stand her and don't like her personality, and these idiots don't know her, they never met her, don't know nothing about her, other than the fact that she kicked ass and at a high level. And that's the part they can't stand. They just wish she'd shut up in boxing. She won't, and I love it. Keep talking your talk, bro. Keep, you know, putting on, keep, you know, writing history for yourself. Keep getting in there and just like piling up the wins. Just keep being great. I mean, we're in a weird space where men find it acceptable to downplay the women. We're supposed to protect the women at all costs, but somewhere along the line, some weirdos have made it acceptable to not hold the women up to the highest regard. Like, it's strange. But over here, we love us some Clarissa Shields. I don't give a damn what nobody's saying. We love women's boxing. We support all of them. You know. So just a bit weird to see the stuff that like the you know, criticism she's been getting, like the way people have been talking about her is nasty. And I mean this, like they'll think like this couple of idiots, they calling it like simping or you just this. No, it ain't none of that. If y'all can go above and beyond putting energy into talking negative about her, you think I can't go above and beyond being positive? That's exactly what I'm going to do, because I know it's going to piss some people off, and I'm going to keep doing it because it's not even, you know, just to like take up for her. She don't need that. She can fight her ass off. She can fight all her own battles, but it's for the sport, and I think it's what she deserves. I think she's earned the right for people to at least have some respect when they speak in her name. Like you know, the saying, put some respect on my name, put some respect on Clarissa Shields' name. And any other woman in the sport of boxing that's putting on, all of them, not just her, but I'm fighting this good fight until I can't fight it no more, man. Women's boxing over here will be appreciated. I will watch as many of their fights as I can, and I will speak on them as often as I can. Clarissa is dope. Generational talent, man. You don't, and I was saying it yesterday because that was a part of my live yesterday, man. It trips me out that people treat it like she's something that you see every day. It's not. She's not something you see every day within sports. And again, I'm gonna keep saying it. I was saying it yesterday, and I'm gonna keep saying it because I don't think enough people have put it in its proper perspective. Let me make something clear, man. Like on record, They have Clarissa Shields as an amateur with a record, I believe, of 77-1. That one, we all know, is not even a loss to Savannah Marshall. We all know that. We've seen the fight. For those that seen it, if you didn't see it, check it out. You get what I'm saying? It's a clear-cut rivalry, but we talking about a undefeated athlete in combat sports, an amateur or a pro. Have you ever seen it before? You get what I'm saying? You tell me. You tell me when you ever seen that. When you ever seen a combat athlete in a male-dominated sport, and she's a female with 2 gold medals. They robbed her with the 1 loss that she do, guys. So she would have had a record of 78-0 as an amateur with 2 gold medals to speak of. Then she turns pro. Now is currently 16-0 and has moved all the way up as high as heavyweight for the women, right? And continues to chase greatness, 3-time undisputed. First athlete, male or female, ever to do it. The shit just goes on, and it's sad that me just speaking her accolades would make people uncomfortable in that way. That's everything I'm saying is just a fact. It's a fact. We talking about an undefeated combat athlete, amateur and pro. Just she undefeated in the sport of boxing outside of the fake loss. You get what I'm saying? So, nah, man. Anytime I get an opportunity to show her some love, that's what I'm gonna do. But we gonna put this conversation on pause, man. We got a special guest. All the guests are special over this way, man. I want to welcome a special guest, the trainer, and father of the WBO welterweight champion, Brian Norman Jr. We got Brian Norman Sr. in the building. What's going on?
Hey, what's up, man? What's going on, man?
How you feeling, man?
I can't complain, bro.
Man, that's what I like to hear, man. First things first, appreciate you taking the time to come up and chop it up. One of the things I like to do over here is give people they just do and hear from, a different perspective. So, you one of the more talked about trainers in the sport right now, for better or for worse. They talking about you,
Right.
And we love it. So I wanted to have a chance to talk to you. So I appreciate you coming up. Want to welcome you to Just Do Boxing. I'm your host, KB, or Just Do, whichever you want to call me. And we gonna talk for a little bit, man. First things first, though. You just did a commentating gig, right?
I did. Yes, sir.
How'd that come about?
That was BLK Prime. It was on BLK Prime, Promotions, Filmworks and Promotions. The South got something to say about boxing. You may know, or maybe you didn't pay attention. I just fought on that same card, so I was the second show of that particular deal. So I kind of put them two together with Promotions and BLK Prime. So it was a huge success. With me and Greg Hackett, it was a huge success. They loved how I sold the fight. They loved how, we had to sell our crowd. You couldn't find nowhere to park, sit. Like it was crazy in there. So they were trying to bring the same energy. They moved, they made it to a bigger arena. It was that Gateway Arena, and they were just trying to, make magic happen twice.
Right, and that was dope. And the reason I asked, because I seen some clips and I seen you with the headset on. Looked like you was right in your element, having fun. $1 million smile as always.
Absolutely. Man. I'm man. One thing about me is I'm just genuine. I'm genuine all the way through. I always talk about when I bring about my son and like the things he go through and the things he's been through, whether it be injuries, whether it be going to other people's backyards, whether it be going up people's gym, sparring, states, whatever else. That stuff builds character. So I can't talk about character being built in my son if I don't have my own character. You know what I'm saying? So I made it a point to, I'm not worried about anything. Like I said, even in my fight with Greg Hackett after 14 years, if you paid attention, I wasn't worried about nothing. Like it's just, I'm always be in my element because the world is my element.
Right. Kill him with the smile, man. You just look like you was enjoying yourself.
It was cool. Man. It was cool.
Could we expect to see more of that? Could you see yourself doing some more commentating?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no. Me and BLK Prime, we're gonna continue to work together. Yes, we will. Yes.
Yeah, it seemed like it, like I said, you right at home there, so it seemed like the perfect thing to do.
Yeah, we will. You will see more of that. BLK Prime is interested in, working with me. And you seen Zab was there with me, and Zab, Miguel
Yeah, right.
Flores. They usually do it with it. So I mean, they're probably, I don't know if it'll be a constant thing, but I definitely be back.
Do it again, right? That's dope, man.
Absolutely.
And I noticed you had the quote in the building, and
Yeah.
before you got up here, I was just talking about her and some of the treatment that she's been getting, and I'm kind of a little disappointed with the way men are willing to go at her. So for somebody that know her, had interactions with her, tell the people what's the quote like in person.
Man, the quote is wonderful. She's wonderful. The quote is wonderful. She's very nice. She's very down to earth. She ain't one of them, think she all that type. Nah, she cool. And with me watching, I gained a lot more. I already had respect for her. In general. I gained so much more respect for her when I saw the movie. You know what I'm saying? And I saw her life story, and I could just, of course we all can relate in certain situations to certain things or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I actually understand where she's coming from. But she is a bit young, of course, younger than me. But I think she just need to, and it look like she's doing it more. She just need to not even worry about it because it comes with the territory.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's come with it. She's feeding into what they want her to feed. It's like a bully, The bullies won't bully you if you don't let them know that shit bothering you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying I'm not saying she's being bullied. I'm just saying she don't even need to show that shit no emotion. And of course, I'm sitting here talking as the one who in every comment saying everything, but that's just me learning for myself. You feel me? So I had to learn for myself, and I'm learning for myself. If you notice within the last couple of weeks or so, you ain't seen me nowhere. You ain't seen me saying shit. Yeah, you ain't seen. I ain't talking to nobody no more because it don't matter. They just don't matter.
Right. Yeah. Focus on the the people that really support you, understand what you're doing, and just keep growing, keep winning. But
Simple, man. She is great. She is special. I'm saying, if you meet her in person, it'll be kind of hard to dislike her. I think she just had a constant standoffish. She's standoffish like myself. Like I say, that's why I can relate to it. You know what I'm saying? But watching her help me understand what the hell I need to be doing too. You know what I'm saying? She don't need to be paying them no attention. You're right. She don't need to be paying them no attention, just like I don't need to be paying them no attention.
So I appreciate you giving me that answer, because I just want to. It's always good to hear from somebody that has a personal experience with her and actual interactions with her versus somebody from the outside that ain't never even spoken to her. Like, I had a chance to see her in a spot, we're watching a fight, and my girl screaming, calling her name, but she stopped, took her time, turned, spoke, taking a bunch of pictures, and she like
a bunch of them. I said too. Listen, I've met a lot of times now. I've met her quite a few times. She's been in the gym. She's seen me. We done seen each other. And she was at my son's last fight, like in Vegas, in the hotel. Like, I've seen her numerous times. So I said to her after the fight, because of course I haven't even posted the picture yet. I said to her, "Hey man, I see what you're doing, bro." I said, do you ever get tired of doing this shit?" She was like, "Nah." She was like, "Nah, it don't bother me at all." She said, "It comes with it." She said, "It comes with the material." She said that, and I was like, "Yeah, I mean, that's cool." So now, like, can I get a shot with you? You know what I'm saying? Because again, I got shots with her before. So I was like, can I get a picture? She's like, "Of course," But nah, she will take her time. She take all the pictures. I've never seen her. She did not get tired of taking pictures. She took every single picture from every single person that wanted a picture. She took the time to give them a picture. She gave the same award-winning smile. It was wonderful.
Right.
It was wonderful, man.
That's dope. Shout out to the GOAT, Clarissa Shields, man. And shout out to women's boxing. Over here, we build boxing up. We don't tear it down. But
absolutely, man.
So, man, a little bit about you I wanted to ask, because you lit the internet up recently, like you just mentioned, with having a fight with Greg Hackett. And you said that was after being out the ring for how long?
14 years and shit. I'm dealing with this right now because of it. I took my cast off and everything, man. I'm all fucked up around here, man. Can you see this?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can see it.
they had to reattach my had a torn bicep. I can't see.
Nah,
So
I
they
can see
had
it.
to, yeah, they had to take it. You can see it right now.
Yeah, I can see it.
So they had to take a tendon because it popped from here to here, and
Damn.
my damn fucking bicep rolled up.
Right.
That was
And
before the fight. There, I trained like that. A lot of people don't know, man. I went through a lot. I went through a
I was
lot to
about
get
to
ready
ask you
for
that.
that.
You lead me to my next question. Like, for you to be out the ring that long, you said
Went
14
through a
years,
lot.
man. What made
I
you
went
feel
through a
like, yo,
lot.
I'm about to get in here and do this?
Because I mean, again, just like we were talking about with Clarissa, I naturally am a certain thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm standoffish, not confrontational, but I don't run for confrontation. Um, this internet shit talking is new to me because I just got in this light. So this internet shit talking is new to me. I'm used to fighting on the street. I'm used to dealing with it right in your face. You know what I mean?
Right.
So being the fact that some words was being said and words being taught, and you throwing out saying you want to do this, you want to do that, you want to rumble with me. I'm like, well, you rumble. I used to rumble. Show me what you talking about. You know what I'm saying?
I thought that was
So
dope, man. For the
yeah, absolutely.
community, for
For the
boxing, for
culture,
y'all
for the
both to get in
culture,
there
for
and
the
do that.
culture,
Right, for
absolutely
the
for the culture, for the culture.
culture.
Absolutely, that's boxing culture, that's black culture, it's culture. It's for the culture. YouTube culture, for the YouTube, it's for the culture.
Right.
So yeah, absolutely, man.
You had to walk away winning people over with that, because I mean, it's easy to talk on the internet, but for y'all, for you to be out the game that long, get back
yeah.
in it, and for Greg to say, "Hey, man, let's do it." Shout out to both of y'all, man. It was dope to see y'all, actually getting there and mix it up.
I appreciate it.
Man, for sure.
One of the things that's baffling to me that I be looking at is like at the weigh-in in particular. Like I just told you, if you paid attention, I was never worried about nothing. I was never, I was never concerned at any point in time. But I look at comments and I'm read like at the weigh-ins, I got people saying, you could tell OG scared. You could tell he's scared. He ain't got the same energy. I'm thinking in my head like,
Right. Right.
nothing about me, listen to me, nothing about me never. But again, that just goes to show that just people think what they think and they gonna think what they think, and you just can't worry about that. So I'm still learning. I'm still learning myself.
Right. Now, I didn't get no fear from either of y'all guys. I believe what y'all said, that y'all was gonna go in there and mix it up.
Absolutely.
I just thought it was dope to see, if, like I said, for you after so long being out, and you can't play boxing. You showed a lot of people what they're not willing to do, and you got guys a lot younger than you not willing to get in there and put on a pair of gloves at all. You know what I mean? So I always salute y'all for doing that.
Yeah, I appreciate that about that's crazy, man.
So, and one last question about that, because you spoke about how hard you worked. I see some of the, the injuries and repercussions of putting your body through that. How hard did you work for this fight?
I worked very hard, man. This gonna trip you out. Hey, hold on. This gonna trip you out. I'm gonna do this shit because I'm so regular. Watch this shit.
Right.
This shit is embarrassing. Hold on. This was this morning's breakfast.
Oh man.
In my bag, look. And that was just now this McDonald's.
Man.
So listen. So this is what I came from. This is what I just ate this. I just ate this. This is what I just look. That's what I came from. People got to understand. I seen somebody in the comments, they seen me. I posted a video, some of my story one time of me drinking a Monster and eating 2 Swiss rolls in the morning, saying breakfast of champions. I seen somebody in the comments that saw that. They was like, y'all don't know OG. I'm telling you, I've been seeing it, bro. He ain't in shape. He ain't been doing his. Absolutely, I absolutely am not in shape. But guess what I'm willing to do? I'm willing to get in shape to show y'all I am what I say I am. You know what I'm saying? Because for the most part, I did take care of myself. I stopped all of this BS right here. You know what I'm saying? I stayed on these right here. I stayed on my water. You know what I'm saying? If anybody ain't doing it, that man, water change your life. Water do everything. Yeah. So I still try to drink water to wash down all this BS I got going on. Real talk, bro. I just ate a minute ago. That's where I'm at.
Oh man.
So, and that was from this morning.
For sure. Oh man. But let me ask you, man, because y'all hit the scene, man. I thought it was really dope the way y'all hit the scene, man. It was, you know, we was hearing from the sparring stories. We heard about the fights, but y'all got to the platform where everybody really got a chance to see it. And, you know, y'all had, you know, to say the least, a rougher start, right? Did you feel like the people started to count y'all out after a couple performances?
Absolutely. It's okay. I mean, again, I've said openly, because I'm real like that. I've said openly, I started to question myself. I started to question it myself. I told myself, my son talked about that today. Man, I'm very, very candid. That's what people not. It's amazing that people not listening to the words that's coming out of my mouth. They just want to believe. They want to put on you the way they feel, the way they would think, the way they. I'm not like you. I'm not even saying that to be funny. I'm not like you. We're totally different people, totally different walks of life. I've had a very hard life. You know what I'm saying? You know, up to a certain to some degree. And I mean, I'm whatever, man. But I just don't think the same. So, you know, I told my son. I started, you know, wondering maybe wondering if you're a gym fighter, you know what I'm saying? Wondering if you really that, because I mean the things I was seeing him doing in the gym, he just could not do it, you know, when it counted really on camera, because he did do it in the ring several times as far as in his fights, but they were against lesser opponents and everything else. So I'm like, well, damn, you know, but he came back now, as you've seen, and he showed now I am what I say I am. I am that, you know what I'm saying? So I'm cool with that now.
I think that's dope, man, for you to say that you had real questions, man, that you had to answer for self, and y'all collectively as a team. For me, watching it from the outside looking in, I mean, I figured it was a transition period for your son. That's how I seen it, right? Fighting under them lights and just adjusting and still being super young.
I don't think it's I don't think it was the lights, because again, you gotta remember I was there from the beginning, and I've been there through the whole situation. I think it was more so real belief. Like you can say I believe, you can talk this shit, you can talk that. Like I said, me getting in the ring, me doing what I do, I believe everything I say. I 1000% believe. You feel what I'm saying? The commentating, people ask me, you gonna be nervous out there? I'm never nervous in any environment.
Nah, you chill. That's why I say like you was at home.
You'll never see me. Listen to me. One thing I can promise you, you will never see me nervous. You will never see me nervous, because I'm never ashamed. I'm never any of that. So anyway, I believe, back to the thing. I believe I am everything. I believe everything about me. I learn myself. I know myself. I know my strengths. I know my weaknesses. I know what I can and what I can't do. All of that. You feel what I'm saying? I try to again. My son is young, and he was young, and you gotta remember the age that he was when this started taking place. They started running it back on him at 22. They started putting him back on my son at 22 years old. Like, you still got people that ain't never did shit at 22 years old. He didn't have his face, really. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy, man. So, you know, he came in, showed his thing through. Again, that built character. So I'm very happy that all of that took place. We would not be where we are this early in his career if it did not take place. So that was God's plan, man. And he took the bull by the horn, and now he's snatching that son bitch all over the place.
Man, absolutely, man. And it's fun to see it. It's a prime example why you don't count the young fighters out. And that's why I wanted the chance to talk to you, to hear how you took all of this in. And I know you felt some of the heat from the people kind of, you know, ready to write him off. And I'm like, not just yet. And I remember people asking, you know, my pick on the Santiago fight. And I said publicly, I think it's going to be a breakout fight. So May 18th of last year, man. I get that Santiago fight, man. Tell me how that was leading up to it, man. What was the training camp like for Junior?
The training camp was, again, to do this, and for me to feel like I feel about everything, and for me to be so confident and so relaxed and so at home in every situation is, again, I gotta believe it. So when this situation, we were going through things, we were doing things, we were showing it in the gym. Hold on. He was showing it in the gyms and everything else. Hold on one second, but I'm sorry, bro. I'm gonna call you back. Anyway, he was showing it in the gyms and everything else when we was doing. We've had times, of course, it's not a secret either, He was going through his growing pains of where we had a disconnect, where he wouldn't listen to me, where he wouldn't do what I said. Well, you know what I'm saying? We had those disconnects, you know what I'm saying? Openly in the corner sometimes.
Right. How challenging was that?
Very, very. Still, no, I mean, still to this day, he's coming back around. You know what I'm saying? We still ain't locked. We still ain't completely locked yet, because you got to remember what we came from. Like, we came from him being literally me being on his side, by his side, the whole entire life that he got. Well, he moved away. He moved away. You got some separation with him moving away. You know what I'm saying? We don't see each other every day. You know, with this, it went that. So it kind of, you know, build a bit of a divide, which, you know what I'm saying, it's just something we had to get used to or whatever else. But he coming back around, you know what I'm saying? He ain't all the way there yet, you know what I'm saying? But I trust his instincts, I trust his abilities enough for him to know and not to do the wrong shit. And if the wrong shit happens, it's only gonna happen one way. It's only gonna happen one way, and that's him getting caught by something. That happens to anybody. And if that happens, that's God's plan. So I mean, I don't worry about the skill wise and nothing else.
Right, man. Because I felt like it was you know, I think he showed a lot of what he was made of, especially from a mental standpoint. Because I know if you hearing some of the echoes, and he probably hearing them, and you having a couple performances from, you know, Boca Chica to Quentin Randall.
Right.
He ready to say, hey man, he ain't that. And I'm like, not so fast, man. Get a young man a second. I said,
Give him a chance.
How good did it feel to prove the people? And we just, not the people with fair criticism, not them. We're talking about the detractors. How good did that feel proving them wrong when he beat the fight out of Santiago?
Felt amazing proving them wrong, and then of course they moved the goalposts a little bit later. But that's cool. But hey, look, that's cool. Again, that was part of me learning, and that's the way the game go. That's the way the business go. But all I know is I can guarantee you, and I'm not even talking about any specific fighter. Don't think I'm throwing no shots. All I know is that the chances are their favorite fighter don't have one fight. No one defining fight in their career that matched up to that right there. That's what the chances are. There's not a lot of people that got a defining fight that matched up to the massacre that he did to that man. And the magnitude that he did it, when it came from ring experience, when it came from hometown, when it came from, he was the one, like, there's not a lot of people that, you know what I mean, that performance was dominant. That was a dominant performance.
Pressure, fighting in the backyard. Wasn't that his backyard?
It was San Diego. It was absolutely. We got booed. We got booed when we won. I didn't get a chance to enjoy the win because they was booing so loud. Yeah. So yeah, it was absolutely in his backyard. Yeah, man, they was throwing stuff when we left out of there.
Man, they was that mad. Yeah,
they was mad. They was big mad. It was very fulfilling, man. It was very fulfilling. Again,
so many people counting him out, and then the unexpected came, like to knock the fight out of him.
Very. He knocked it completely out of that last drop with his body crimped over and slumped over. That was the last. I mean, this man has been a professional fighter for however long he's been a professional fighter. 32-0. 32-0. He gets his first chance at a world title. That means everything to a fighter. He's 32 years old in his prime. He's 32-0, 32 years old in his prime at home. This is his stage. This is his show.
True.
You hear what I'm saying?
Right.
I had already said, if it's God's plan, he gonna get that plan. What look like it's set up for him to get. But apparently it wasn't God's plan, because he got our back too. You know what I'm saying? And my son came through, he shined like a diamond. The word had already rolled us off, so when you ain't got nothing to lose, people got to understand that, like, a person with nothing to lose is the worst kind of person to come in contact with. That's the worst kind of person.
Yeah. That was a hell of a fight, man. Like I said, breakout performance, and it's funny because you know you had you know, the negotiation situation happen, and we ain't gotta drag the conversation with that. But when the fight didn't come to fruition, you started to hear some of those doubts again. People creeping in. Oh, well, he should have did this, and should have did X, Y, and Z.
What fight we talking about?
Derek Cuevas. You know, remember you knock out Santiago. You had that negotiation situation with Eddie, the boot situation that didn't come to fruition. Then they like, oh, well, you fighting Derek Cuevas. Oh, you might lose there. It was, they started the little whispers
And then
again.
and then they moved it again, and we knocked him out. Hey, look, wait, let me say this. Hey, hold on. Let me say this because
Talk to me.
I notice a lot of I read all the comments, even though I don't respond to them. I still read comments. So I'm there reading, and some of them I done type back to y'all, and I delete that shit. So anyway, I mean, because it's so easy to disprove what they're saying, but I realize it's not about them wanting to disprove it. They don't even want to know the truth. They don't even care to know the truth. So with that being said, let's understand something. Again, that fight with Derek Cuevas, he was ranked number 7 in the WBO, he was ranked higher than my son when my son got the title shot at Santiago. See, a lot of people don't know that. He was higher. He was ranked higher than my son. My son got that Santiago fight. I think my son was number 13. They moved him up, or I can't think the 10, or I can't remember. They moved him up though to get that fight, because that's just how the game goes. So they moved him over to get that fight. Santiago was number 1. There was nobody else after Santiago except Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford won 147. Cuevas was a durable, keep alive fight that was supposed to be made last year. People didn't want to know that. They don't want to know that this man is ranked higher than your son. He ranked number 7. So now when he's inactive and all these other people that fought and came about, they say, "Oh, he's ranked number 40 in the world." Like, man, get out of here, man.
It was that another good win. I heard the whispers again with those fights like that can be considered trap fights, because at the end of the day, he a world champion. He proven it, and I think that knockout solidified it. All that email shit go out the window. He proven it's bigger fish to fry. So it's easy for you to take your eye off the ball for a second, and y'all didn't do that, and y'all got the business done early too, and second fight in a row.
Dominant, right? Dominant, second, dominance. That's the domination. Look, just turned 24 years old. That was his second dominant fight in a row. So you got to put this in consideration. When the first dominant fight, he was only 23. You feel what I'm saying? He was only 23. Like, think of think about who you was at 23, and I don't know how old these people are, but think of who you was at 23 and think of who you are today. You are not the same. You're not the same at 23 as when 24, 25. You're not the same. So these people act like he's like completely done growing. He's completely done, like it's crazy.
Not like he was a finished product, and
like,
that's
what I always, like this shit is crazy.
I was always able to identify that he he's not a finished product, and he's still not now. And
no, still not that, and that's the good part. He's still not a finished product. He's not in his prime. He's 24. 24 is not your prime age.
Right. So y'all get him out the way. You knock Derek Cuevas out, and again another good performance. You look like you've been enjoying this ride of proving people wrong. And again, I always got to separate the people that give fair criticism from the detractors. I speak to them a lot because they counted the youngin out and they counted wrong, and right back. And is this fight the next fight? Has it been announced? Is it official yet?
Yeah, it's official.
Jen Sasaki, right?
Yeah, we got a press conference tomorrow. And so Jen Sasaki in Japan, in his backyard, in his hometown, just like my son do in proper champion fashion. The questions was asked about him in the hometown fights and everything else. What happened was sometimes you got there are pros and cons to everything that happens to you, even when it's good.
Right.
So one of the cons that happened with my son was Tyrann was unable to build. They was unable to build him up in their eyes. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna start saying this. They were unable to build him up in their eyes to the magnitude where he would be deserving of a homecoming fight, where they would think it would be successful. But what they don't know, but this is what they don't know, and this is my first time saying this on any interview. What they don't know is he sold out everything he did here before. This is not his first time. I just sold out what I did, and I'm the daddy. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, but of course, Tyrann don't know that. So he was in a situation where, of course, they can only go off of what they know. So from what they know, you know what I'm saying, he can't sell things he don't have, the fans or whatever, which he really do. But so what they did was, I mean, that's how we ended up with that Cuevas on the undercard of Keyshawn first. and then the McKellar in Vegas. However they want to do it, but hey, we're gonna keep knocking it out like we doing. We're gonna keep doing it in dominant fashion. We're not just beating nobody. We're not just gonna walk around, boxing and nah, we destroying people.
Right.
We got to. That's the only way.
Right. And you got Jen Sasaki. Hey man, what you think about the 4-page letter he wrote, man? His call out. Did you like it?
I like it. No.
Style points.
One thing I've always heard about the Japanese is they're very respectful. They're very respectful. Like I had they said they're very respectful. I had one lady say she thinks that all of Americans need to go there at least once in their life before they're 25, so they can understand how respectful you at least decent amount of respect that you're supposed to have. That's how respectful they are. Mm-hmm. So we took it as no disrespect at all. Nothing but respect.
Look fun, like he had some fun with it.
Right. It was nothing but respect. And of course, my son said to him his response. If people don't remember, his exact response was, if I can't get a unification bout, or I can't get one of these guys to play ball with me, no problem. So, a couple of weeks had went by, whatever, a month or so went by. There was no talks or nothing. Another welterweight fight had taken place. They weren't talking about doing nothing. So, I mean, of course, my son's a man of his word, just like I'm a man of my word, and he gave him just that.
Yes. And that, I mean, I just appreciate the mentality. Look, man, we all know what the people want. We know what they're calling for.
Right.
What I hate about this situation, let me be specific, between Boots and y'all back and forth, is that it went public and everybody weighed in. I hope in the future, because I've said this on the channel without you being here, that y'all able to kind of pick up where y'all left off behind closed doors and make that fight. But that's down the line. Right now, you got Sensaki on the line. How do y'all feel about traveling over there, like you said? Because y'all low-key turning into road warriors. You traveling over to Japan. Am I right? Tokyo, Japan.
People got to understand, you got to think about, and I know this is a fictional story, but it's still, think about people like even with Ali in Africa and the Thrill in Manila. You have certain things that have to happen in people's life, and the crazier they are, the more people gonna criticize. But once you conquer those things, then when you look back in history, that's what shows greatness. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Some people say, "Oh, who is Jen Sasaki? Jen Sasaki is the number 2 ranked WBO in the world. He's ranked 5 or 6 in Ring Magazine. If people don't know this, you can go look for yourself. A lot of boxing fans like to call other people casuals as they like to call people casual. My bad. Hold on a second. Hello.
I mute him, man. Y'all smash that like button, man. Sub to the channel. Just a good build, man. Y'all know how I like to build, man. We're just gonna keep chopping up. I think the Jen Sasaki fight is interesting moving forward. All right, there we
go. What I was saying was, damn, what did I say?
No, you were talking about I asked you about the Jen Sasaki fight and y'all going over to Japan. How you feel about y'all having to travel over there?
I know what I was saying. I was talking about how people's story are written and greatness, how greatness happens. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like people, this ain't great. You think Jen Sasaki? Look, Jen Sasaki again. Like I said, he's ranked number 5 or 6. It's not past 6. He's ranked number 5 in Ring Magazine. I will have to look to make sure, but I know Santiana is ranked number 4, I believe, 4 or 5. So if my son does this in Ring Magazine rankings, at least he'll be be 2 of the top 10 in Ring Magazine rankings. The number 2 WBO, so that will be satisfying any kind of what you call it. I think they calling that a mandatory.
Mandatory, right.
It's a mandatory because I mean, as you see, Alexis Rocha is the number 1. I haven't never heard Alexis Rocha say my son's name ever in his life. And I mean, we know why, because my son destroyed the person that destroyed him. So like, where does he go from there? I don't know, but that's not my business. But I mean, he hasn't suggested, or they haven't said any interest about fighting my son. So again, my son got a career to run. It's a young welterweight division. You got some players that are just names really, because they haven't really accomplished a lot either. That's what people don't understand. Like Ryan Garcia, a lot of people don't know this. Ryan Garcia has never held a world title ever. And I'm not saying he's not a good fighter. I'm just telling you, he's at 130. Right. Yeah, he's at 135, 140, now 147. And I say he was at 140 because he just fought Devin at 140.
Right.
So, we know he was at 135. So now he's never won a world title. A lot of people don't know that. You know what I mean? But of course, he's this big star. You got Romero. I think his world title came from my man that beat him. But I mean, I like Romero, so I'm not shitting on him. I like Ryan. Any fighters. I'm just giving facts about how they go. But a lot of these people have him, but it's all about namesake. All they only know about the names they hear, the names they say. So
over here, we do our homework, and we know just because you're not popular with the masses don't mean that you can't. It's a challenge is a challenge. Y'all going over there to enemy soil to Japan, and you got business to take care of it. And you got to think people don't take into account these guys going to change their lives too. He's fighting for a title. He wanted a chance to become a world champion. So these fights don't be easy, man. Any concerns being over there about y'all getting a fair shake? Are you confident?
My own concerns, and I'll put them out there. I don't know one of them I need to say public. I got a couple concerns, but I already addressed them. I addressed them with the right people, so we're gonna see if we can get that straight in and put dot those I's and cross those T's. I'm not gonna say what they are.
That's cool. We're gonna keep moving. So have you had a chance to watch any Sasaki yet?
Really? You must have don't know about me at all if you don't think I watch Sasaki.
I had to ask.
Hey, for the last, but I don't watch them. Yeah, man, I don't watch them till I fell asleep. Watch them till I fell asleep. Woke up, watch them. Yeah, but it really ain't much. But Sasaki, this ain't even giving away no game plan. Right. He just a come forward straight type fighter. He want to get it in. He want to mix it in. He tries to create excitement. Look like he's a big fan of anime. That's the way he fights. He fights like I think he Goku or Naruto.
Right.
The same how he fight. He fight like he really killing these people. And he think that's what it is. So I mean, more power to him. I mean, we're not in there with him. We haven't been in there with him having any of that. So we'll see if that power we'll see if the Japanese power because I think all his fights been in Japan. So we'll see if that Japanese power translate over to the American face or American head or whatever he's trying to translate.
And last question on Japan, man. Being that y'all are traveling, how much do it motivate you as a trainer? Being in the corner to get that win in his backyard.
No different type of motivation. There's no different type. It's the same level. I got the same level of motivation. I don't care if it's his first fight, the championship. I don't care what it is. For me, it's the same type of motivation. Each one of his fights, I tell him this is your most important fight. Each and every one of them. You know what I'm saying? With the Santiago, we know obviously why. With the last one, they thought it was a fluke. You gotta let them know it wasn't no bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? Like each and every fight is gonna be important. With this one, it's gonna always be something. With this one, hey, you in Japan, you know what you gotta do. We can't make it clear. We can't, you know what I mean? We can't make it we can't make it close, yada yada yada. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Absolutely. Right. So something else I wanted to get into. I have you here because y'all at the welterweight division and you hold a piece of the crown there. Man, what you think about the new players that is possibly, pretty much gonna be welterweights with you got Ryan.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about a minute ago. Yeah.
You got Devin gonna be a welterweight. You get me Rolly gonna be a welterweight, man. What you think about them kind of the newer, some of the new faces?
I love it. I love it. Again, these are people that having a confidence. Devin definitely get all the respect. Devin gets all the respect out of the ones coming up. That's not me picking Devin's side. That's just me picking with facts of, Devin becoming undisputed at 135 and winning the title at 140. That's just me being real about what's going on and taking place. So I mean, I'm very excited about it. Since it's all about names, since boxing is all about names, the names.
You got a couple of them coming up, man.
So that's what it's all about. And it's all about what they can do and what they done and who they beat. It's all about names. So Hey,
But you
man.
see, one of the responsibilities over here for me is to always try to educate when I can. Like always do the groundwork and you know, not just be surface level. Do that homework, man. A lot of these fighters are good. They just don't have the names. And you know, people get overlooked all the time. And perfect example. I mean, y'all had a certain reputation, but even with that being said, people were ready to almost write you off. And then it's like I said, for y'all to reemerge and kind of, I always give y'all credit for being part of the rejuvenate 147. I feel like Boost is that other half. I feel like y'all the other part of it. I don't know for you, but I feel like that's the best fight to be made there.
No, it is. Boost is indeed a driving force. Shit. One of two, just like you said, those two.
So, I mean, I know we always want everything now, and if I can snap my fingers and get the fight down, I would too.
When you think about it, there's nobody else who's already there until you put Ryan and Devin, or you know, people who just came from the smaller weight class or whatever else. But I think that when they step in the ring with Truth 147 pounders coming from 135, I think it'd be a difference in that too. And I'm talking about Ryan and Devin now.
So speaking of that, man, what you think about this card this weekend, man? You got Devin bouncing back against Jose.
Man, we were trying to get out there. We was trying to get out there. You know, the invitation only. We was trying to see if we get an invitation. Still waiting on something. It still may be a possibility or whatever else, but if they ain't saying nothing about Wednesday, I guess I'm gonna let it ride. I'm still trying to get out there or whatever. But I mean, I love the card. It's not being promoted enough. It hasn't been promoted enough. Like it's shit dead wind to say a card this large and is huge. Like it's dead. It's dead air for that.
Right. What you think about him bouncing back against Jose? Have you had a chance to think about who you got winning? I think Devin can outbox. I think he got outboxed.
Devin. I think Devin can outbox anybody. I think, I'm not saying that to say he's a better boxer than anybody. I'm saying that in general, his boxing abilities and his boxing IQ and his boxing skills, he can outbox anybody. Now, it appears. I'll say he can. It appears he can. Now, you can also look at it this way. I've said this before. He also outboxed all smaller guys. So you're going to have people that criticized him about that. I noticed that every person, like even with a Lomachenko, even with what's my man name at 140? What's my boy name? Louisiana, my boy. Regis. Even with Regis, you know what I'm saying? Regis was kind of shorter and, you know what I'm saying, compared to him. So it's really a style made fight. It was still a perfect style for his. Regis was a perfect style for his style. You know what I'm saying? So look at how you want to look at it. Again, all of this stuff is still chess. I mean, he was. I don't think he was a weight bully. I don't think anybody was a weight bully. I don't even think that word should exist. Weight bully, because if you made the weight and you made the weight on that day, then you could make the fucking weight. Because my son can make 135. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Yeah, my son can't make 135.
Right. So say right. What is this? June 19th. y'all are to be successful, right? And you know you're never overlooking or trying to plan too far ahead. But for you, right? For your money, right? If you had your pick, you know, after that fight, who would be the next fight for you?
Jerron is gonna always be the next fight for me.
Talk to him.
Jerron is always. This for my son too. The Jerron is always the next fight. Again, like I said, I don't think people listening to what's actually going on. We sitting over here saying, "Yo, let's fight, yo," and they sit up there. Saying they don't want to fight. So I'm like, well, what the fuck are we doing? So now we look like we screaming at the door, and they just playing over to people who want to repeat what they say. Like it don't make sense. You got, like I said, Eddie in the press conference say out his mouth. I talked to Bob. They want to make the fight, and then they ask, "Hey, they don't want to fight." Well, wait a minute, what information you got that we ain't got that say we don't want to fight? You know. But I think it's just a ploy. It's a ploy just for them to get their fans and, you know, to keep regurgitating and, you know, keep saying what they're saying. And You know, it don't have to be. You know, this shit ain't got to be based on fact. It got to be
Yeah,
based
you
on.
know what? I'll ask you because see, you talking to one of the ones that I don't fake know it all, right? That's why I love for you to come up here and give me any insight I don't have, right? But I have you hear something that I heard Boots say that I thought was pretty level headed, and I know you probably didn't catch it. You know, I'm not one of those messy guys trying to just stare. You know, no.
Right.
I heard Boots say, you know, what do you think about him saying or suggesting that they could sit down and have like, you know, conversation with each other?
Who said that?
Boots.
He said, "Who can sit down?"
Him and your son could like sit down and, you know, kind of trim out the.
I didn't hear that shit at all.
Yeah, the media fight. Yeah, he said it.
The fight is on this end. The fight is already made. The fight is already done. On this end, we fight. Listen. I got so much, even in this phone that Bozy knows. He knows for 1,000% it's all bullshit. That fight is done on this end. That fight is completely done on this end.
Because for me, you know, I believe in both fighters. I do.
Let me say what I mean by done. Let me say what I mean by done on this end, just so I know people get mixed up. When I say done, I mean the deal is done on this end. The deal is done, meaning it's we're ready. We're ready to fight. Nobody's coming talking to us about nothing. We're ready to fight. We're ready to fight.
See, that's why I asked you about that, because I know you probably didn't catch it, and
No,
I did. You know,
I did.
Because I feel like what that does is it eliminates all this. The media, the social media, they get to really, you get what I'm saying? Trim out the fat, get rid of the people that, you get what I'm saying with the narrative.
But I got something to say about that. I don't think he genuinely meant it. I can show you in my phone. I can show you in my DMs. I can show you in my messages where I text everybody I could pop before the Gene Sasaki fight was made. I text his daddy. I text his brother. I told Greg Hackett. I told anybody I could possibly tell that we wanted this fight. I didn't hear, and nobody reached out to us about nothing after any of that. So if that to be true, him and my son don't talk. Him and my son don't talk. Me and his daddy talk, or used to talk. His daddy stopped responding to me. Man, I can show you in my phone where even our last conversation wasn't beef. I told him his son hit like a girl before the first Karen fight, before the second Karen fight. It wasn't beef. It was really like jokes and laughing. And yeah. So the son hit like a girl. You see me the laughing face and all of that. Yeah, and you know it was all fun and cool. Like even in the end, we agreed to how he was gonna fight. We agreed to how he was gonna fight, where he was gonna fight. He was like, "How out in Vegas?" I said, "Perfect." I said, "I'll show you all that shit." You know what I'm saying? But again, after the fight, we didn't say nothing different. We didn't do anything different. But all of a sudden, it got better. Why? I don't know. We didn't do nothing different than we were already doing.
Yeah, man, I hear that. I respect to it because I like reason why I would like to hear when a fighter says that, because it tells me you want to get rid of the outside noise. You get what I'm saying? To get a fight an actual chance to be made.
Can you read
media?
Can you read it?
Nope, I can't see.
Yeah.
You probably got to. You know what? Turn the brightness on your screen down. Probably try that. Try turning the brightness down. Maybe I'll be able to see it. What about Vegas?
No. I just want to see if you can read it. Hold on.
Oh yeah. Oh, can I read it? Yeah.
You got it?
Yeah, I can see it.
What it say?
Say what? Yeah, you said, can I read it?
No, go ahead, read it. Read it.
No, it was a little bit clearer before. It said, what about Vegas? Neutral ground, not Philly, not Atlanta, and that no one have the upper hand. Oh, okay, neutral ground. That's what you're saying.
Read it. Ricky, read. My bad.
No.
Can't read it.
He said, cool. Vegas is cool, my man. Okay.
That's him. That's him said, my man in the glove.
Right.
I have not said, look, that's the last message we ever text.
Right.
Have not heard from him since then. Then he started talking shit on April the 12th. You see this?
Right.
That's the last message that we text. We don't talk on the phone. Me and him didn't have no bad blood at the end. That's the last message.
I don't think it's that. I think it's definitely competition. And I told y'all, for me, I don't take the sides. For me, I try to understand where you coming from. I try to understand where they coming from.
Yeah,
I feel like
I don't understand none of this shit because to me it's like that's like saying because you think the Falcons beat the Eagles, I can't fuck with you. There's no difference.
Right. And you know, for me, I'm a real genuine guy. I'm a supporter of both camps. We want this fight, and we feel like that's, you know, that we need it. We need it for boxing, man. That's the best fight.
We need it for boxing. Boxing needs it to keep the best fighting the best. You know what I'm saying? Because I know there's been a few out there, and there's been a few upsets out to keep the best fighting the best, and all this outside blood, because that's a great father son duo. You know what I'm saying? And that's you know that's stamped in boxing right now. Whatever else, and we in boxing right now. We're both world champions. It's not outlandish to be speaking about the fight. You know what I'm saying? And that's what people got to say about clout chasing. No, you clout is a person that you don't want to fight, and you just saying something. No, we want to. This is realistic. This is very realistic. We ain't talking about fighting Canelo. Cause we don't fight him, you know.
I always, for me, I'm gonna always look at what the fighter has shown me, and I haven't seen it. I've said it when you haven't been here. I haven't seen it on your sons, and I've interviewed him a couple times, had him on the show. Shout out to Brian Norman Jr. By the way, I haven't got any energy that would indicate to me that he don't want to fight somebody. I haven't had a chance to talk to Booth. But it's the same for him. You know what I'm saying? I know we're some real fighters, and that's a real fight. Don't matter who you think gonna win. Like I said, man, I salute both of you. I salute you for trying to be transparent with the people.
That's all. That's all trying
to make them understand what y'all go through. So, look, man, ain't no right or wrong over this way for me. I speak for myself. It's just I hope for the sake of boxing and for both teams, because y'all deserve it, that y'all able to work something out where y'all could, you know, get each other in the ring and make one of the best fights in boxing. You know what I mean?
I hope so too. If not, I guess we're gonna keep doing what we're doing. We're gonna keep knocking them out and making these, like I said, these career defining performances that you know highlight, that you can find highlight, you know, because that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? No matter even who you're knocking out like that, you feel me? So we're gonna keep doing that. Then I mean, we good to go. Other than that, that's all we can do. We can about them.
Right, man. And again, salute to you. Appreciate you, man. I got a few more questions. Not gonna keep you too much longer, but I did want to get your thoughts on. I always gotta ask, you know, Turkey Al-Sheikh, man, because I don't think you have ever been to Saudi?
No.
What's your thoughts on him, or even potentially fighting over there one day?
Again, we built for it. We don't care where we go. We'll go to the UK. We'll go to Saudi. We'll go anywhere. It don't matter.
Right. And something, man, you know, it's curious because I wanted to get your thoughts too as a trainer, you know, being in the game, being a former fighter yourself. What do you think about Conor Benn being a career welterweight, going up to 160 this past weekend, and possibly coming back down?
Well, one thing you gotta give him, and you know what I'm saying, and that always needs to be proven. One thing you gotta give him, he's got the heart of a lion. That's one thing. He got a lot of heart. He got a lot of heart. He got a lot of tenacity, and he really believes. Like I told you, that's where it all starts. People got to know that. I don't care if anything you're doing in life, what you're doing in this Just Do Boxing in the YouTube streets. You got to have a belief first. You got to believe first. So he really believes in himself. So I don't doubt any of that. He was really, you know, really disappointed that he didn't get the win. I think he did not get the win. Like realistically, I mean, the rest of that stuff is whatever else, and of course he's supposed to feel that way. But he was very disappointed he didn't get the win. But I think that showed a lot of courage and heart. I think that was good for him to do.
From a like, you know, fighter standpoint, how risky is that though? You know, aside from like we seen him, you know, he went up to try to be great, but having to come all the way back down now.
We don't know. The question is what kind of weight does he have on him? I don't know how his body built. I don't know, like, because my son was 162 pounds a day. I always say he walk around between 157, 160, 162. He was 162 pounds today. So let's say my son decides I'm gonna fight 160. So what you gonna do? I'm just gonna walk around every day. I'm gonna fight 160. You know what I'm saying? My son just fought a 190-pound man the other day. He just fought just now today. Today he fought a 165-pound man, 170. Right. He weigh 170 right now. I mean, when you're a certain type of fighter, and depending on who you fighting, that's when it makes the difference. All boxers aren't the same when it comes to power. Some people got different. Like example, in a way, and Tank. They are the type of punches where the weight makes all the difference in the world. You gotta give me a basic fighter. I'm not saying that be fun. Who?
No, I said you ain't getting me. Basic fighter.
I don't mean basic. I don't mean basic.
I know. I'm messing with you.
Regular basic type. Like you're not known as a puncher. You're not known as a this or that. Okay, I don't know a lot about Arnold Barboza, but I know due to his record, I don't know a lot about him. I haven't really seen him, so this ain't no slouch to it. I'm just gonna give an example. So like you take an Arnold Barboza who's not really known as a big puncher, right?
Right.
So he's not known as a big puncher. So Arnold Barboza go up. You know what I'm saying? Like, what difference is that going? You feel what I'm saying? Right. It makes the type of fighter you are makes the difference.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. I fought 175. Right. I fought 175, and I walked around at 172. That's. Right. I mean, yeah, it's all about what kind of fighter you are. That's it.
Right. Yeah. I heard them talking about a possible rematch with them, man. Oof, tough, man. Respect to them if they do.
Long as it ain't that 160, because I don't agree with. I mean, a lot of respect to Eubank Jr. for doing that and making that happen. Also, because he was the one who had to come down there and pull that off.
Yeah, I don't want to see it again like that.
Yeah, no, he shouldn't do that at all. It should be a trade or something, 165. Like,
and that's why I was asking you about, with Conor Benn, because he career welterweight, man. That was a risky move to go all the way up and possibly have to come all the way back down. But like you said, it do matter what kind of fighter you are. So
what kind of fighter, absolutely.
On the heart, man. He showed that if you ain't believe in him, you got to after Saturday. So.
Absolutely. Yeah. He definitely, Yeah, he definitely believes in himself. You know what I'm saying? He definitely believes in what he got going on. He definitely believes in what he's doing, and he believes when a person shows that he in front of 65,000 people and higher people at home watching, you have to respect and believe what they say. That's it. Like you're gonna not at least believe that he's saying that he mean what he say. Nah, he mean everything he's saying. Believe that.
That's a fact. Well, wrapping up, man, I appreciate your time. Want to ask you, though, what could we expect from Team Norman coming June 18th, right? Got the date.
It's 18. I think. They're 13 hours ahead, or however, it might be the 18th hours. I ain't really sure how this is going to work out. But the 19th.
We're going to be watching that.
Yeah, June 19th, man. Expect Brian Norman Jr. to come do what Brian Norman Jr. was known to do before you ever met him. The stories you heard, expect Brian Norman Jr. to do what you have been seeing him do the last two fights. Expect Brian Norman Jr. to do what he's expected to do. And that's what he's going to do, man. We coming with straight heat, man. That's it.
And lastly, man, who got the best welterweight in the game?
Who got the best welterweight? Atlanta, Georgia, and Brian Norman Sr. got the best welterweight.
Talk to him, man. Hey, man, shout out to you, Coach. I appreciate all your time, man.
Appreciate you, man.
Genuine supporter. Shout out to you, Norman, man. Y'all keep winning. Keep doing your thing. We just gonna keep rocking with you, man. I'll be in touch for sure.
Catch you, Bob, man. Later on.
Appreciate you, man. Right. Shout out to Brian Norman Sr., man. Appreciate him coming up to chop it up, man. Y'all know how I do. I got a much different style the way I do things. I just like to have a nice build, good conversation, get his thoughts on some things, not overdo it. You get me? At the end of the day, you know what his message is the same. You just want to keep winning. He wants the fight that people say they don't want. I believe they got two dogs in both boots in Norman. And like I said, hopefully the boxing guys will prevail, allow both parties involved to really get behind closed doors when the time right and make a fight. That's all. I have no not picking no side. I'm not telling nobody wrong. I'm not calling nobody no duck. you just will never get a fight thinking that way. You know what I mean? Boxing is a lot more complex than just somebody being scared. And you hear things like, you heard it from Steven Espinoza, right? If fights make sense, they'll be made, right? They got to make sense on both sides. Guys got to get paid. They got to get treated accordingly. It's a lot that just go into it, man. And even on the smallest level, man, it's a lot that go into these fights. And the smallest thing go off, you know what I mean, go sideways, and now you don't have a fight. But I think anytime you can get two of the best fighters in the division on the same page is a win for boxing, because I think only then they'll really start to get that headway in making a fight. Because for me, bro, like I just don't, I believe he believes in his son, right? So I'm not going to sit here and say he don't want to fight because of a certain amount of money that they're looking to get. You know, that's not enough of a reason for me to think that way, unless you're going super above and beyond asking for something like ridiculous, right? It's like something bogus. But I just don't get that. So, and like I said, when you speak to Brian Norman, I'm glad I had a chance to speak to him multiple times and engage his energy. That's not a guy that's not willing to challenge himself. That's all I'm saying. And I'm pretty sure if I had an opportunity to speak to Boots, I feel the same way. That's where I'm always at with it, right? The business of boxing is it could be a nasty thing, and it'll have you thinking all the wrong things about the fighters. In reality, dudes do want to get paid. You know what I mean? And you shout out to him. You see, he showed the text. He talked about neutral ground and things like that. I just hope it's something that they can do to make the fight. And you see, he said it too. He agreed with me. That's the best fight they make. So I appreciate his time, man. That's just how you build, man. So I'm not here to tell him what he think. I'm here to hear him out, see how he see things, and you know, he feel like they're in a good position, a good space, man, and they gonna keep winning. That's what he feels, all right, and that's what I'm hoping for. Because at the end of the day, you want to see them line it up, right? Damn, I forgot to get his thoughts on Mario Barrios too, but you know, maybe there'll be another time I get a chance to talk to him for sure. But appreciate everybody rocking out too, man. Y'all smash that like button, man. We gonna keep building for a bit, man. Ask him, oh man, he said ask him what he think of the venue the fight is at. Oh, did I kind of get that question? I hope I did, Next Gen, because he basically said like he don't care where they fighting at. The job is the same, you know what I mean? And even asked him, is it more motivating to go in his backyard? He like same motivation. Because for him, the job is the same. They coming to kick some ass, you know. And I just appreciate it. And I hope, listen, shout out to Jen Sasaki. He asked for the fight. And like he said, Brian Norman was a man of his word. That's the fight that's coming up. I know everybody talking about like Boots. But Boots also got he got a gear saw situation that he got to sort out as well. So, you know, it's going to be a little bit, but I still believe in that fight happening because I believe both fighters won it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Next Gen. Yeah, so he ain't really concerned where they got to go. Hey, wherever you got to go to beat ass, the mission is the same. Kicking ass, man, taking names. So, again, much respect to him for coming up here, giving me his time, man. Shout out to B. Norman. Shout out to Team Norman and Team Boot. Shout out to the welterweight division, man. They got some new players in the division that's going to be fighting this weekend. And let's see who, when the smoke clear, let's see who out of the new faces make the biggest impact. You know what I mean? That's what I want to know. I want to know who's gonna make the biggest impact.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well, right. well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Shout out to my guy Next Gen. Appreciate you. Legacy, what's good? Hey, my dog, what's good with it? And again, man, shout out to everybody that rocked out on the birthday stream, and all the texts and DMs, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I just remember when the man said Boots scared. Yeah. Nah, you know, some of that stuff just be like, you know, you feel the way you feel. I think when it's all said and done, though, like, real always recognize real. That's why I don't take a side in this situation. I support both. I'm right in the middle. They dogs at the end of the day. And I think he believes in his son, and I know Bozy believes in his son. I know they both believe in their kids. You know what I mean? I truly believe that. I don't think he would have been to where he was at if he didn't, right? Yeah, just a little banter, right? And you heard him, like, he had a couple rough fights. He started questioning himself and different things like, damn. And look how they got it right. You just got to respect the come up and able to kind of hit a rough patch and iron that shit out and get through it. And then still to be a player in this division. Like, I'm past all the narratives and the name calling. That shit lame for me. If I see a guy that ain't moving accordingly, I'll call it out. I'm just not seeing that from either of those dudes, so I can't call them nothing other than they some dogs, some real fighters. So respect to them both. I'm always going to advocate for the fight. You see, he advocate for the fight as well. He like, bro, that's the best fight that be made. And I'm telling you, the reason why I take this stance, I want to be very clear to everybody in here. After having numerous conversations and being able to speak to different people that's in the know and that's responsible for putting fights together, and knowing that duck and being scared shit that's something that don't come up. Like that don't be coming up because they know that don't be the case. One of the main driving forces, and it always been, especially when we talk about sports, is the money. The money makes shit go, man. Like I'm telling you, money will make you get in there, bro. You get what I'm saying? Money is making these influencers get in here without a lick of experience and getting their asses whooped and embarrassed in real time in front of huge stages and audiences. You get what I'm trying to say? With no experience. These people all fresh off the street, limited ass experience. You got misfits. You got all this type of shit. Influencer boxing going crazy right now. These people are getting in the ring and getting their asses beat for money. So you telling me some of the absolute best talents in the world, you get what I'm saying, are scared to do this shit for the money? No. Hell no. You get me? So shout out to them, man. At the end of the day, man, that fight needs to happen for us and for them. You know what I'm saying? They deserve it. They worked themselves to a point. They've been counted out more than once and proved people wrong more than once. And they in a really good spot. Right? Same thing with Boots, like low key, like they need each other to continue to be great together. Yeah, Brian Norman can go the way he's going and continue being great there, but you conquer that Boots mountain. That shit is different. You know what I mean? That shit hit a lot different. So the same thing for Boots, because it'll move you one step closer to your division on the other way around if you're able to be successful. So it's so much, I think, good that could come out of for either guy. You know what I mean? With that fight being made. So shout out to both teams, man. That's where I'm at with it. Shout out to the next gen. All things, my dog. Melanin Queen, Irvin Mack, Emmanuel, what it do, man? Appreciate you, bro. Shout out to y'all, man. And again, I appreciate him coming up, man, and chop it up. But we're gonna build for a little bit more before we get out of here, y'all. What y'all thinking about this card this weekend? Are y'all excited to see Devin Haney? Because he's stepping on Ramirez. That's my bold claim of the day for the card. There will be no upset there. You know what I mean? Devin Haney got bigger fish to fry. He want to get himself back to Ryan Garcia. The only way he do that is through Jose Ramirez. So the Devin Haney comeback tour starts with Jose Ramirez getting outboxed. And you better hope he don't get stopped late. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely think Haney could put them paws on him the right way. I think the jab could be sharp. I think the right hand would be on point. I think he'll be able to move and box and stay sharp for 12 rounds. You know what I'm saying? Is it 12 rounder? I'm not even sure. I think it is. But anyway, I think Haney will be fine, man. I think this is his prove-it moment. And I think a lot of guys in boxing, a lot of athletes go through this in their careers, right? At some point where people might be doubting you, you might be doubting yourself. You might have just been doubting yourself. And now this is your prove-it moment. This is nothing different. This is Devin Haney's prove-it moment. He's proven things before in his career, and I think he can do it again. It starts with Jose Ramirez, and that's what we on. Beat his ass. Nothing against Jose, though. But I'm rooting heavy for Devin Haney. Got a lot of negative criticism for going out there giving people the kind of fight that they wanted to see. And that's the crazy part. So, I'm rooting for him to get back. And Ryan need his ass kicked. I mean, Hannibal was good with it, homie. How you feeling? Devin for the win for sure, man. Hope Roly for the upset. Mike Kirkland ain't playing, bro. He like, man, hell with Ryan, man. I want Roly to catch him. I feel you, Mike. I feel you. I wouldn't trip off that. If I had to take a pick of who to lose, either Devin or Ryan, goodbye, Ryan. Sorry. I need to see Devin get that ass whooping. I need to see Dev get back. Like, he got a lot of slight, bro. They treating Youngin like he ain't nothing. And I ain't rocking with that. I ain't jacking that energy, bro. Like, I ain't. I really do this shit for boxing. I really appreciate what these dudes put out. So I ain't saying he perfect. I ain't saying he above being critiqued. But man, that's all he had to do was get beat up by Ryan, and people act crazy like he ain't good, he ain't talented. I know he beat up some smaller guys, I get it, but I think he can beat guys his size. It's just it's more of a challenge, and the approach to the fight got to be a little different. It's about adjusting, right? As fighters move up in weight class, you got to adjust with what's in front of you, right? With the guys that's there. It's no different than Devin Haney. To be fair, not only did he fight the wrong fight, but Ryan Garcia was the first time in his career that he's ever been at a disadvantage physically in that way. Most of his physical advantages was stripped away from him, and the little reach advantage that he had was nullified because of Ryan's speed. You get what I'm saying? The speed and power that nullified it. So he never been in a situation where physically he just was neutralized completely, and he was at a deficit even. I think Ryan was a bit faster, and I think he definitely hit obviously a lot harder, so a lot more at the end of his punches. But to be fair, Devin Haney did crack him a couple times that rung his bell. You know what I'm saying? Ryan Garcia admitted to being hurt in that fight. So I'm all about the comeback. I'm all about a good comeback story. I don't give a damn. A lawsuit or getting beat up shouldn't be a death sentence in boxing. And that's almost how they did Haney. So I'm genuinely rooting for his comeback. Go out there, get what's coming to go get yours, man. Go beat Jose Ramirez. Move forward. Beat Ryan Garcia ass next, and you cooking what you back where you belong, bro. You back at the top. You know what I'm saying? Belt or no belt, but you need to put belt to his ass, man. Ryan Garcia ass need to be kicked thoroughly, yeah, thoroughly. You hear me? Thoroughly. Y'all hit that like button, man. Smash the like button, sub to the channel, super chat, cash app. Let's build. Y'all know we gonna build. I gotta play this clip, man, with these Ryan Garcia and Rolly face off. They had a face-off that was pretty damn funny. Face-off, that's pretty funny. I like it, bro. I do like it. What's this? Shout out to my homie LaMarcus, man, in the cash app. My bad, I'm running my mouth. LaMarcus already like, man, shut up, bro. Appreciate you, LaMarcus. Shout out to my homie. Appreciate you, homie. Shout out to you, bro. Yeah, man, I got this they did a little face-off. I thought it was pretty funny, man. Rolly's a character, man. He's a character, but I wonder how shout out to my baby girl, the queen, Miss Jusdueboxing, is in the building. He said Devin not beat Ryan ass. He might not beat his ass per se. I don't want to say it like that, but I do believe there are a couple of avenues to be traveled where Ryan Garcia loses to Devin Haney, where Devin Haney can beat Ryan. I do. I'm telling y'all, I don't want to try to change your mind. I just want to give you something to think about. J.A. Dixon, what it do, Jay? Watching the fight back, any round where he didn't get knocked down, he did significantly better, right? And they were far, far more competitive. And he put together several rounds where he won clearly because of activity and just better work rate, right? Just better work. It's not impossible to avoid being knocked down. You get what I'm saying? My thing is this: preparation is everything. His preparation has to be spot on. Like, you have to be thoroughly prepared for what he got. And I think it's safe to say we could stop saying Ryan just got a left hand, because he got a right hand as well. That's pretty damn dangerous, and it's fast too, with power on it. So, but preparation is key, man. Fighting the right fight is very important. You're not going to tell me, a guy that's known to be undisciplined, piss off training camps, smoke, drink, go nuts, just lack discipline and commitment to the sport, and tell me there's no way that a guy that's that polar opposite of him when it comes to approaching boxing has no chance at beating him? Nah, I don't think so. I just think what happened April 20th was a result of what they went through in their amateur fights. Somebody got to win, somebody got to lose. They knew each other, and Ryan shit got there faster, and he did damage. So if you Devin Haney, your approach to the fight got to be different. You got to make sure, like, no circumstances can you allow yourself to get hit repeatedly with that left hand. Under any circumstances, if you haven't prepared and found a way to kind of neutralize it, slow it down, whatever you need to do, and you're in a different kind of trouble. it's going to be very difficult for you to beat him. But like I said, man, just having an opportunity to look back at the mistakes made in the first fight and really be real with yourself, and then add little things and nuances to your camp and prepare and drill things over and over till you get this shit right. It's again, he gonna have to bet on himself, be confident that the work that he put in has prepared him to not only be able to beat a Jose Ramirez, but when he get to Ryan Garcia, beat him as well. I want to be very clear. Hell no, that's going to be the toughest fight of his life again, I think. It could be one of the toughest fights of his career. But Ryan is beatable. He can be outboxed. We've seen him get outboxed in that same fight that he knocked Devin down multiple times in, right? He got the better of the work at the end of the day, man. But he avoid that. He avoid getting hit, cracked early, specifically early. You can't get hurt early in the fight. You can't get clocked too early in the fight. You can't allow Ryan to build, too much confidence too fast, too early. You can't do it. You get what I'm saying? So it's all about boxing. Take his ass to school, bro. You're a more disciplined, strategic boxer than he is. You're more patient. You're more committed, locked in, right? You know how to stick to a game plan better. Your mental toughness can't be questioned. Your heart can't be questioned. We've seen what you went through. You get me? So all I'm doing is speaking life into Devin Haney being able to win this fight. But the other flip side is that Ryan Garcia is rolling with a shit ton of confidence. He Osterine or not, he feel like he whooped your ass. So he going to be extremely confident going into the rematch. You get what I'm saying? And again, I'm not overlooking Ramirez, but Devin Haney got to beat him. And it's another loss or a loss, it'll be a big setback. It'll be like losing twice on one night for Devin. So I don't think he's ready to lose again. I don't think he's ready to take that kind of step back. So I think him and Bill gonna put something together, and they're gonna go out there and outbox this dude. He struggles with guys that can box and move and stay disciplined, right? Devin don't make super big, huge mistakes, right? I think again, the flaws that he do have, Ryan is gifted enough physically to take advantage, whereas I think Ramirez lacks the tools. He's not as fast, and I don't think he hit as hard. You know what I'm saying? There should be more of a book out on Ramirez that he's farther removed from who he used to be than Devin Haney. Get what I'm saying? So it's like take your pick, but I'm standing with Haney. I think Haney about to step on Ramirez. I think he going to UD him, as a matter of fact. I don't know. Stoppage is possible, but I'm not betting on that. I think a UD is in the cards, bro. I think Haney about to box him, be clean, be sharp, be smart, get back to his winning ways, and he going to give Ryan Garcia something to think about, because if he come in there and box accordingly, man, it could be a different night. Ryan is impatient. All he got to do is be more patient than Ryan is. He already is that naturally. Don't be in a rush to make it a fight that it don't got to be. Poke the body, take the air out the body, you know what I mean? Stab the body, you know what I'm saying? You got to stab the body, man. Take the air out the tires, man. Just because of a mistake. Giving Ryan's team for panic counter. Dev's best weapon is jab. Yeah, Ryan was on top of it, bro. Behind the Haynes TV. Shout out to everybody in the building. My dog, Aunt McQueen, the professor. Devin caught Ryan with a left hook. Ryan legs locked up. Yeah, he did. He caught Ryan with some shit. Ryan admitted to being hurt in the fight from him. So, yeah, Devin caught Ryan. Yeah, his tendency to slip almost exclusively to his right without some other recourse got taken advantage of. Absolute facts. And we probably had this conversation before. And I said somebody was going to sooner or later take advantage of that, bending over to the right, the same side over and over. And you're right that Ryan Garcia was able to do it. And listen, outside of the Osterine, bro, I'm still able to see that fight was fought wrong. And Ryan, Osterine or not, to me, would have won that fight on that night, in my opinion. But it shouldn't be no excuses, bro. You getting back in there with him, you getting a shake back fight. As long as he's a clean fighter, there's no excuse to make. You get what I'm saying? I ain't had one for the first one until I heard that it was Osterine. Then I'm like, there you go. You know what I mean? But there's no excuses for either guy. I just think he can beat Ryan. And I know people are like, nah, he can't beat him. I think he can. But he got to be himself come this weekend against Ramirez. You're right. He was chopping his ass. That's the great explanation. He was chopping him with that right hand. He was. He had a lot. Remember, he had a lot of swelling to the left side of his face. So, you know what I mean? Since then, he had time to bounce back, and I expect Dev to do exactly that, y'all. I'm telling you. Big Dre, what it do on me? What's good with a Big Dre? Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Let's pull this up, though. Let's get to this. Face off. Big Rolo the Dawn. Big Rolo. Let's get to it. Where is it at? My bad, y'all. Tripping. Mr. Grandy would have do Haney fought off emotions that fight. Yeah. He let the family take.
I know everything about you, and you know that.
Why would I know? How?
I know.
Say Ryan some limitations, especially his defense. Yeah, he do. You got some limitations.
Do
you?
I truly do.
That sounds like you're in love with me. Are you in love with me?
On May 2nd, live on DAZN Worldwide, they face off.
That was super sus, wasn't it?
Ryan, been a year since we've seen you back in New York. How does it feel to be back here?
It feels good. It's kind of like a bittersweet moment because all of the stuff that transpired after. But at the end of the day, I'm just excited to be back in the ring. Rolly's is a pretty good fighter. And I think that, this has been a long time coming. And, it could set me up really well for the rematch with Haney. But first, I got to, focus.
Yeah, it is. And that turning his back to the side or, like, turning his body on that weird angle, making it hard for him to be hit clean is weird, but it's strangely, oddly effective to a degree.
So here we are. I'm excited to be back in the ring.
Both you guys have been talking about this fight for a while. After you beat Duarte, you called Rolly out. Rolly, I saw a clip of you, it was like 3 or 4 years ago, saying you and Ryan would meet at 147 pounds. You kind of predicted this would happen. How do you feel now that it's here?
I mean, I said it was going to be one of the biggest fights in the history of boxing, and definitely in the history of the United States. So, I mean, look at this. I mean, even just looking at the card, like how stacked it is, even with Devin, and I mean, we got 2 4-time world champions inside of on our undercard. So,
and you actually should be thanking me for the success you've had in your career because you used me in that sparring match.
Let me ask you a question.
Use those moments. Don't lie. Use those moments.
How many followers did you have at the time we sparred?
What are you talking
like
about?
10K?
I was the most hottest prospect
you were
in
like
in
10K
the sport.
followers.
But ever since I
and then aside
but
from
when
that,
I rose though, what were you?
Were
you not bringing that back every time? Hold up, before you talk, because I was on a hot ride. You weren't.
The sparring video you're talking about, it's been everywhere for a while.
I was on a hot ride. You wasn't.
That's crazy. A very long time.
It's an iconic video.
Why do you say it's an iconic video?
Just been playing. It's been running for 8 years straight. It's like a TV show that don't want to turn off.
At this point,
damn, man, it's just like Friends that won't stop.
I ain't even gonna lie. I'm tired of watching that.
Mr. Grandy, they definitely love each other.
It's just one of those things that just never left, my career. Like no matter what I did, it's just like they're always running that. So I'm happy this fight's finally happening because we got to find out what would happen in a real fight, and it's time to figure it out.
Overdue.
Yes, sir.
Real hell.
I can't even tell you how many times, even come me up, how many times I call you out, like 1 million at this point.
You did, and it's finally here. Let's get it.
Long overdue.
Have you, when you see that video, has it ever bothered you over the years?
100%, yeah, it's bothered me. Not so much like recently, but yeah, like when I was first coming up, like that was everywhere, and it's all the time, and it wasn't even like something I felt that was so bad, I felt like it was just like a regular sparring match, He had a couple good moments, but I felt like I sparred pretty good, considering I was really low in weight at the time. But, it did bother me, and it's something I always wanted to, put a stake in. Like, I don't even want that to even be near me. Like, that's why I'm here to fight him and just destroy him, and then nobody got to talk about that no more.
What do you remember about that sparring session, Rolly?
I remember walking into the gym that day, and then he, Otis comes up to me and tells me, hey, this kid went fine. Like, I hadn't sparred in a while, and it's like, Oh, someone was smart, because I was stopping everybody at Floyd's,
What's weird is I was stopping everybody at Floyd's at the same time. Like I was.
Yeah, I know. I remember you cracked the out of Blair.
Blair got knocked out probably like 2 weeks before, a week before.
Yeah, Blair's catching strays here at this face-off.
Ooh.
Who y'all got? Y'all rooting for the double knockout or what?
Do you feel like you got the best of him that day?
Double knockout?
Yeah,
I stay low
sure.
key. What it do, man? Shout out to the Queen Lisa. Peace to the Queen Lisa.
Well, you pushed that out there, like you said, for years. So.
Yeah, but the reason I pushed it out is because he posted a video.
Yes.
Yeah, because I was wrestling my case. They edited a good video.
No.
Actually,
you posted the video first. You're not going to tell me to not post the video first.
The first sparring, actually, I did what I felt I needed to do. He's a bigger dude. He was hitting, punched pretty hard. So I was jabbing him, hooking him, jabbing him, right hand, jabbing him. He couldn't catch up to me, though. I'm bigger than you now, though. I'm bigger than you now, though. So none of that wrestling ain't going to work this time, I promise you. That wrestling they're trying to put, being all dirty, that ain't going to work this time.
You're dirty. You weren't like this.
Oh, Ryan said that wrestling shit ain't going to work. Remember when Rolly was like strong arming him, putting the forearm in his throat? He said that shit ain't gonna work no more, man. Shout out to All Things. The double KL on the way or what?
Break, and then try to hit me on a... Oh, that's where you f***ed up.
No, that's not true. That's true, bro. You were fighting dirt already, bro. You came into your head. You still fight that way.
Up right now.
Whatever.
All
I know is
break.
during that sparring, he was able to roughhouse me, able to put me in bad position. I didn't want to because I was, physically smaller than him at the time. Now I'm next to him. He looks smaller than me. You look like a baby compared to me. I know I'm a big dude, so you're in for a rude awakening if you think any of that's gonna work. It kind of showed me that your strength ain't really up there anymore when I seen your last two fights with Pitbull and the other dude. So you're in for some. It might be your last fight.
With Haney, you look like the only time you ever look good was when you dropped him. But Haney, man, he's always been.
And you're in big trouble now because I'm not doing the stuff I was doing when I was doing with Haney. And I beat him. So that just shows you where I'm at.
So you were doing it or you weren't doing it?
What do you mean? I showed everybody on my Instagram I was drinking, I was smoking. What are you talking about? I didn't hide it. People seen it. But now I'm not.
My God,
so you can see right now I'm clean. So I'm even more focused. I'm training every day. So it's going to be even worse.
Good. I want you to be. Because I don't want anyone to take away any credit or any of that stuff once I stop your ass.
Okay. Well, like I said, bro, you're going to be retiring that night. You're going to be retiring. I promise it's going to be your last fight.
I don't think so.
Yes, you're going to be retiring, bro. 100%. Believe that. Feel that.
Okay. Whatever you say.
Man, he said he
when you try to
retiring,
translate, it's your last fight. All right? Your last fight, your last hurrah, so you better go out with a bang.
All right. We'll see.
Ryan, you said on Twitter recently that Rolly's here just to be funny.
Yeah.
That's what got him here, and that's the only reason that he's here. Why do you think that?
He's a great talker, man. He's made me laugh millions of times on the internet. Where he goes after Shakur, anybody, honestly. Even when he goes after me, I even laugh. So the dude's a funny guy. He got a career being a comedian after this. But as far as the ring, he's definitely went downhill since he got knocked out. I feel like his chin hasn't recovered, and that's just the honest truth. I don't think Pitbull hit him that hard, but he's not handling punches well. That's just the bitter truth of the sport. Sometimes you get knocked out, your chin gets weak. I feel like your chin is weak. I feel like there's no way in 12 rounds I don't catch you with a good shot.
But the difference here,
he's definitely went downhill since he got knocked out. I feel like his chin hasn't recovered, and that's just the honest truth. I don't think Pitbull hit him that hard.
Bro,
but,
what?
He's not handling punches well. That's just the bitter truth of the sport. Sometimes you get knocked out, your chin gets weak. I feel like your chin is weak. I feel like there's no way in 12 rounds I don't catch you with a good shot.
But the
bro,
here is,
Ryan been doing his homework, bro. Rolly sitting there looking like, damn, he got a point, man. I ain't been the same either, man. He said, I feel like your chin is weak. Sometimes you get knocked out, your chin is not the same. Like, your dad, he low-key cooking right here, ain't he? Man, Ryan low-key cooked Rolly ass right here.
Recovered, and that's just the honest truth. I don't laugh. So the dude's a funny guy. He got a career being a comedian after this. But as far as the ring, he's definitely went downhill since he got knocked out. I feel like his chin hasn't recovered, and that's just the honest truth. I don't think Pitbull hit him that hard, but he's not handling punches well. That's just the bitter truth of the sport. Sometimes you get knocked out, your chin gets weak. I feel like your chin is weak. I feel like there's no way in 12 rounds I don't catch you with a good shot.
So, but the difference
He
here
said, I
is
feel like there's no way in 12 rounds I would catch you with a good shot.
with Tank.
I didn't quit, bro.
You did quit.
I had a broken rib.
You had a
Everybody knows
broken
that.
rib?
I had a broken rib. I was dehydrated as I was weak as
So
I
I
was
was dehydrated as with Tank too.
But like I said, you haven't been the same since though.
What have you done? You look like
I
with
took a shot.
and you look like with Devin.
And I beat both of them.
You look
so
like
if I look like but you got knocked out looking for Easter eggs with Isaac Cruz. Talking about Happy Resurrection Day, bro. You didn't even know where you were at.
Yo, bro. Did he just say that man got knocked out looking for Easter eggs? Is crazy. Yo, Ryan is cooking. Yo, Ryan cooking him in this play. He definitely about to beat Rolly, bro. He cooking the shit out of Rolly, man. I ain't gonna lie. Calmly cooking.
I took a shot. And you look like with Devin.
And I beat both of them.
You look
so
like
if I look like but you got knocked out looking for Easter eggs with Isaac Cruz. Talking about Happy Resurrection Day, bro. You didn't even know where you were at, bro, after the fight. He beat you that bad. Do you think?
Bro, look up the damn. It was Easter.
I told everybody. Bro, you were looking for Easter eggs in the ring, though.
He told that man he got knocked out. He was looking for Easter eggs, yo. He said, Happy Resurrection Day. Yo, that's how he was. Remember, he was like, Happy Easter. Deep for the win. My homie was good, bro. God damn, man. He roasted him low key.
He was out there everywhere, bro. You weren't there, bro. So if you say I look like I won, though.
You look like
I won, though.
But how did you win?
I won, though.
How did you win?
I knocked out Duarte.
It's not on your record?
I knocked out Duarte.
It's not on your record?
I knocked out Duarte.
You can't.
Him being a bitch and suing and trying to go for the
you came in
and trying to overturn.
But you weren't even a professional.
I couldn't even make the weight. I couldn't make the weight.
You couldn't make the weight.
I couldn't make the weight.
You
couldn't make the weight.
You couldn't make the weight.
I'm 147 now for a reason, right?
I'm 147 for a reason. Okay. I moved up.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, you moved up.
I just said why I missed weight.
I moved up. But
I couldn't make the weight.
I had to kill. You know how bad I had to kill myself to fight Pitbull and this last dude.
Well, like I said, you got knocked out at the end of the day. At the end of the day, you got knocked out, and I won. You said I look like
too.
Yeah, because I got hit with a body shot. That I was already broken rib. If I got my rematch now, if they gave me a fair fight now, there's no way I'm going down like that.
You'll go down to 140?
No.
Okay.
They need me to make money. That's the denominator, right? We're making good money
here.
here.
Bro. I don't think you've been doing too good with as far as money goes, but who knows?
Right? I'm here now, right? Making good money.
Yeah.
You're not doing as good as me, right?
I'm doing better than you, I think.
Are you?
Yeah.
Because you haven't had that many big fights, bro.
Investing, bro.
Investing?
Investing.
Okay, yeah, we'll see.
I'm not
at the end of the day, bro.
All my damn money.
At the end of the day, though,
He said he's not
we're
tricking
gonna
off
decide
all his
who's
money.
gonna win this fight. I don't give a about who got what got what.
You're 2-2 in your last 4 fights. You did win a title in that stretch as well. Do you believe you're still at the top of your game?
No, we don't. Hell no, we don't.
Brian, I'm fighting Ryan, bro. What the this motherfucker? Dude, I already know this. I know this. I know you better than you know you at this point. I know everything about you, and you know that. And aside from that,
I don't. I don't know that.
Yeah, you do.
Why would I know? How?
I know
Makes no
everything
sense.
about you.
Do you?
I truly do.
That sounds like you're in love with me. Are you in love with me?
No.
You know me better than I know myself. That's weird, bro.
I'm not.
That's
Yeah,
weird.
I'm not in love with you,
Bro,
I
that's
promise
weird.
You, I ain't in love
Are you
with
breaking
you.
up with me? That's
See,
weird.
I'll tell you like this though. Like if I
You're
did go
weird,
that
bro.
way,
I ain't gonna lie,
maybe,
you're
but
weird.
I don't know. You've been hanging out with a lot of people that I don't know, a lot of weird people and stuff like that. So they might be in love with you.
Maybe they are, bro. Maybe you're in love with me. Maybe
Bro, these two are
weird,
idiots,
You're not
bro.
my type,
bro, all right, this game weird.
You're not my type.
Tank Davis said recently that he actually hits harder than you. Do you believe that?
Maybe he does, yeah. He could.
Maybe,
possibly.
no, for sure.
Well, even if he does, bro, it's all about, landing that shot that they don't see. Setting him up for a shot that they don't see. So, that's what power is about.
Shots on you that you didn't see.
Again,
Yeah, I'm telling you, Damon. Romantic,
But you're more experienced than me.
You haven't fought nobody even come close to that level to get to where you were to fight Tank.
I fought
right?
punchers, bro.
Who?
I fought a bunch
Who?
of Barroso was a crazy
Who?
puncher. Barroso. He was a crazy
The one
puncher.
that was on his way to beat you? The old man? The grandpa?
So what? It was a hard fight. So what? Luke Campbell dropped your ass.
And I got up and knocked him out.
And I stopped the dude.
You didn't stop him. That was controversy.
Controversy. So he was not about to get knocked out?
No, he wasn't,
He
bro.
wasn't.
He was dodging all the punches. That's
He
the
wasn't
truth.
dodging it.
Yes, he was.
He wasn't, bro.
He wasn't?
No.
Go
dude,
watch
he
the
didn't.
replay. I'll bring it up right now. He was
Bring it
dodging
up.
punches.
Bring it up. Do it.
Everybody knows it was a up call. Everybody knows that. You were losing to him. You got dropped, but maybe he does hit hard.
We play hard.
This
maybe
card
he does hit hard.
has got several big fights on it, including one with Devin and Jose Ramirez, and nobody is making any secret about what the quote plan is moving forward for a rematch to happen between Ryan and Devin sometime in the fall.
I hope he beats Devin again.
But he'd have to beat you first to get there.
No. He still fight Ryan after me. I mean Devin after me.
Okay.
Right? Still fight Devin.
Got up and knocked him out.
And I stopped the dude.
You didn't stop him. That was controversy.
Controversy. So he was not about to get knocked out?
No, he wasn't, bro. He was dodging all the punches. That's the truth.
He wasn't dodging it?
Yes, he was.
He wasn't, bro.
He wasn't?
No.
Go watch the replay. I'll bring it up right now. He was dodging punches.
Bring it up. Do it.
Everybody knows it was a up call. Everybody knows that. You were losing to him. You got dropped, but maybe he does hit hard.
We play hard.
This card has got several big fights on it, including one with Devin and Jose Ramirez, and nobody is making any secret about what the quote plan is moving forward for a rematch to happen between Ryan and Devin sometime in the fall.
I hope he beats Devin again.
But he'd have to beat you first to get there.
No. He still fight Ryan after me. I mean Devin after me.
Okay.
Right? Still fight Devin after me. I don't give a That had nothing to do. It had nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
Well, I think if you beat him, they'd probably do another fight with you guys.
Yeah, down the line, maybe another one. But like I said, that has nothing to do with me. They could no, do the same they did again. They could do it 3, 4, 5 times in a row. But I'll be happy as to watch them knock out Devin 4 or 5 times in a row.
You were, in the aftermath of that fight, you were, I think, happy that it happened. What did you think, though, about what Ryan went through in the aftermath with the positive tests?
I mean, it was an insignificant amount. That weight did help a lot, though.
At the end of the day, I paid him. Bro, he had a chance to pull out of the fight at that moment. He was offered, no, actually, he wanted money. You didn't offer it. We just said we missed weight, can't make the weight. And they took the money. I mean, what can I say? You take the money, and you gotta shut the up. Don't take the money if you're gonna use that as an excuse. Go on ESPN and start saying, he was overweight, he didn't do it, things right. Like, that's some weird. And then assume he's even crazier. He's a weirdo. And his dad's even a bigger weirdo. Like, that's little weirdo and big weirdo.
Well, you guys are going to have a chance.
He said little weirdo and big weirdo. I didn't catch the Rolly one by itself. I didn't get a chance to watch it. I seen it, but I didn't get a chance to watch it.
Do you think there's any chance that
I hope you beat the out of him again, even worse than the
I think he wants me to beat Devin so bad. He wants me to beat his ass so I can fight Devin to beat his ass.
You guys are fighting anyways. We already know what it is. You guys are going to fight no matter what anyway. That has nothing to do with me.
I mean, it's just...
Right, you could get your ass beat by me, get flatlined, whatever, take a knee like you're used to, and then go fight Devin, beat the out of him, bro, and do a boxing world a favor.
Do you think you like that against Tank?
Yeah.
No, I didn't quit. Like I said, I was really damaged before.
Yeah, I seen it. Legacy, I didn't get to watch it.
I was so bad, I probably should have pulled out. My lips were blistering, bleeding. I was pissing basically red. It was just disgusting. I did not belong in that ring that night.
But you took the fight.
I did. You're not going to pass up on that much money. I knew me and Tank had a huge star power, and it did. It was the 5th largest gate in the history of boxing. So I feel like I took a risk and I tried, and it didn't work, and that's just what it is. But the facts are the facts of the position I was in. But I'm ready to try to right that wrong one day too. That's what I'm looking forward to beating, Rolando, and then beating Devin, and then I want to fight Teofimo, and then fight, Tank. That's my plan, and it's optimistic. But
do you think there's a chance he's overlooking you going into this fight?
No, he's working his ass off.
No,
wait. Let me say it like this.
I told him on that tweet.
I want him to be working his ass off. I want him to be the best Ryan he can be, because it'll just make the fight even 10 times bigger. And I'm gonna work my ass off, and we're gonna make him.
I know I'm gonna get his best. I know I'm not gonna get his, all his other performances, because there's something about me. I know he, it's a big opportunity. I know he's gonna be ready. It's just something about me. He's gonna be training hard, and I gotta be at my best to beat him.
How's this fight end?
No, right flatline on the canvas. Or him taking a knee. Who knows?
Same question.
I feel like I'm the overall a better boxer, so I feel like just my skills are just gonna beat him. If he gets knocked out, he gets knocked out. But if not, I'm gonna just beat him easy.
Well, Ryan, Rolly, appreciate it. See you guys both back here May 2nd.
Man, that was pretty interesting from them two guys, man. But you clearly could tell them dudes kind of like each other for real, for real. They kind of like each other, man. They cool. They partners. I had one more, man. I was gonna pull up one where they all was sitting down together. It was pretty funny. Man, it was funny. I think I still have it here, bro. Where it is? Where they was sitting down at the table together, where they was all interviewing. Y'all hit the like button, man. Don't forget to hit the like button, man. Where is it? Where is it? I gotta start and rename this shit. Is it this one? I hope this is the right one. They all, yeah, when they was all in the room together. It's funny. Yeah, that shit was funny. Is this the one?
Ray Leonard had losses.
Ray Leonard had losses.
You shouldn't be talking right now about beating asses, because the man's to my left don't whip that. Oh, Muhammad Ali had 5 losses. Sugar Ray Leonard had losses.
I absolutely hate the fact that they use their names too loosely to make their arguments. Muhammad Ali had losses. Sugar Ray Leonard had losses. You're not neither one of them, respectfully. Like, no, you're not them. Why they always using them as the example? You're not on that level yet. Probably won't ever even get there the way you moving. So, what the hell? Sugar Ray had losses. And the hell, Sugar Ray had losses, man. You ain't Sugar Ray. You ain't nothing close to him, man. This dude is a character, bro. Hold on, where is this at, man? Sugar Ray had losses. I forget where I put this joint at. You know what? I'll do this. Are people saying that it was hardly promotion for this fight? Yeah, it is. I don't know. I've been seeing it. I've been seeing the promotion for the fight. I've been seeing it. I just don't. I don't know what more they're supposed to do. I mean, people know that they, this fight is being promoted. They doing grand arrivals and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? They promoting, but this is funny, man. These putting all these dudes in the same card is pretty funny. But they definitely promoting the fight. I just think people may be looking for something different for it to be promoted. I don't know. I don't know what the case is, but if you pay attention, they definitely, they gave him a face-off. Like, when do Rolly really do interviews? He did an interview with Fight, what is it, Fight Hype or Fight Hub, one of the two. So, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my guy, Boxing Hacker. What's good with it, fam? I got it. I got the video. I just didn't, like I ain't name it. I ain't rename it. So I just don't even know which one of the files it is. I got so much stuff. I got to clean my phone out today. That reminds me. I'll make sure I clean my phone out later. But what's good with the Boxing Hacker? Promotion kind of spaced out. I think it's spaced out, but I don't think, I think the fact that they told you it was in Times Square, and I don't know. I think it been pretty decent with the promotion for the most part. For me, I think it's been pretty decent. We know what's coming up. You know what I'm saying? And then they doing what? They doing the grand rivals thing now, right now, matter of fact. So ah, shit, my bad, y'all. Crucial content, what it do, homie? Grand Arrival's supposed to, yeah, they on now. The Grand Arrivals is on now. But I don't really be too sold on that. I thought them putting them all in the same room like that in that setting was pretty good. It was good content because they fools together, bro. They fools. It's pretty good though, but I think that Dev wins and Ryan wins and Tio, unfortunately, man. I think Tio gonna go get the dub, man. Yeah, I think Tio gonna get the dub, man. Unfortunately, I ain't rooting for his fool ass, but I think he gonna win. Got Rolly for the upset. If Rolly pitch an upset, yo, that shit'd be that he might break the internet for the day. Rolly, the big Rolo, gonna break the internet if he pitches upset. Upset happening in any of these fights, though. You know what I'm saying? Any of these fights. I know some people feeling like Devin Haney is possibly prime for an upset. I seen some people picking him to get stopped, but I don't think so. I think he's gonna beat Ramirez up. And you're gonna box him, should I say. You gotta be real specific nowadays with the people. Yeah, I think Haney is gonna give Ramirez a boxing lesson, man, and keep it moving. I mean, that's what I think. Ramirez might have some moments, but I think overall he just look not that he long in the tooth, but he looked older than 32 inside the ring a little bit. Power, balance, and strength.
Round table as we count down the days to May the 2nd and the first ever boxing card in the history of Times Square. And that's where we are right now. And of course, that fight is brought to you by The Ring Magazine, as well as being powered by SNK and their new video game, Fatal Fury, City of Wolves, which is available on pre-order now on PS5, Xbox, and Steam. Look at the American talent we have here. 3 main events all in one. We've got Haney versus Ramirez, Teofimo Lopez, Barboza Jr., and of course Ryan Garcia versus Rolly Romero. Teofimo decided not to wear a shirt despite it being 49 degrees. How are you feeling over there right now?
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling warm, actually, surprisingly. And I'm just excited to be here amongst all these great former and world champions, man, here in beautiful New York City.
Well, you know, you're fighting a guy who's certainly been overlooked, maybe disrespected to some degree. And Barboza Jr., you were an underdog against Ramirez, a bigger underdog against Jack Catterall. You went to the UK and won that fight. An even bigger underdog, May 2nd, to Teofimo Lopez. How do you feel about the lack, perhaps, of respect that you're getting right now?
Yeah, Mike, we're going to start talking about snack, all types of stuff. I can see it happening now.
Oh, man, you know, I wouldn't have it any other way. You know, I've been just disrespected my whole career. You know, I've been the underdog my whole career, even when I was a favorite. So I'm looking forward to this fight, man. Shutting down Times Square, something historic, something for my kids to see, some of my grandkids, hopefully, you know, and man, history's going to be made.
You already been talking smack with Teofimo Lopez. I don't think you have any other choice because you know he's going to talk it to you. But you said he has a lot of feminine tendencies. What did you mean by that?
I just think he has like a female, man. Like, you know, he wants all the attention all the time. He wants, you know.
Okay, Shakur. Okay, Shakur.
So he, you know, he is who he is, man. You know what I mean? And he's just a clown to me, man. He's a clown to me, man.
Yeah, I need feminine energy, though, man. Around a lot of women,
get smack around, so it's just, you know, it's funny to me.
Love the ladies, man.
How good do you think he is? Is he going to pose some problems for you May 2nd?
Every fighter that comes in with Teofimo going to do something, you know what I'm saying? But we ain't worried about that. What we mostly focus on is us. You know, we are us. We're here to take over and Times Square take over. You know, we got a great card overall, man. This is like this is a triple header. This is main events anywhere possibly. And for everybody, I mean, I'm excited, truthfully. Truthfully excited. I can't believe I'm here, man. Like, you pinched me, man. We actually all come from, like, the same class, other than these two old heads. But, like, we all come from the same class. Like, this is pretty awesome, man. And no disrespect, man. You guys got us before we did. But, like, that's pretty dope to really be out here and
T.O.
to
just
we're
don't
gonna
know
stage
what's
in
going
front
on.
of
He
where
just
they ball
excited,
drop.
bro.
I'm on my fabulous shit.
Yeah, well, hey, Ryan, you're back in New York City again, the same place you fought your last fight against Devin Haney. You said earlier today during the press conference that you're a changed person, a changed fighter than you were last year. What do you mean by that?
No, I'm just saying that was towards the the outside of the ring. Just struggling what I was struggling with, drinking and.
Man, what the hell Ryan got on, bro? Got like some fur sleeves. You know what? All right,
And smoking and
put my
things
guy
that I got in.
Remo at, man. It's fashion or clashing, yo. This fashion or clashing with Ryan.
Too that had a real hold on me, but that's what I was speaking to.
Devin, you believe that he's a different person now, or is he's putting up a facade?
I mean, he seems like a changed person.
Awesome. And I know if you win your fight, you'll get a rematch with Ryan. How do you feel about rewarding him with another fight? You know, afterwards, I remember you saying at some point you didn't think you'd maybe ever give him another chance against you.
No, I mean, I think that's the only way. I think that's the proper way to do it was, to answer the question mark that's still there.
Mm-hmm. And what do you expect out of yourself when we see you May 2nd? Are you going to be a different fighter than what we're used to seeing?
Yeah, no, I faced adversity, and so now I think I'm an even better fighter. I think that, it molded me to become a better version of myself, and and I will show it on May 2nd.
And Jose Ramirez, you got a tough task having to face Devin Haney. You're coming off a defeat in Riyadh against Barboza. What went wrong that night, and what are we going to see from you against Devin Haney?
Yeah, I was just a little unmotivated. It was I've been at 140 for a long time, and I think it took a big toll. But my hats off to Barboza. He's a great fighter, and I'm sure he'll do well May 2nd. As for me, I've been a disciplined fighter all my life. I've been doing this since the age of 8. I'm 32 years old. I was a 2012 Olympian, a world champion, and a unified world champion for a reason. I know what it takes to go out there and be a part of the big fights. And I'm excited about this one. Putting those extra pounds. I can really see myself be more agile on my feet. More light and more energetic.
Who's a tougher fight for you? The fight you just had with Barboza or the fight with Devin Haney?
Man, honestly, that's not a right question to ask. Everybody's different. I appreciate both fighters. And I respect both fighters, both great fighters. And it's an honor for me to be, stepping foot in the ring with all those guys. So, that's the way I see it.
Rolly, we haven't heard from you yet. I know you got plenty to say. This is one of the most high-profile fights you could possibly be in. You've been under bright lights before, but nothing like Times Square against someone like Ryan Garcia.
It's great to be out here. It's real great to be out here.
The Barclays, right?
Not right now, though. It's a little cold.
I was say right now.
Yeah, I'm used to. Vegas get cold too, but I don't like the cold.
Yeah.
Unlike Mr. Teofimo over there, who likes the cold.
Well, it's going to be warmer May 2nd. I don't know how much warmer. It will be warmer, but you've been under, like I said, the bright lights with
I don't know if you know. New York in May is still cold.
Yeah, well, hopefully it's not this cold.
I hope it's not this cold. For sure, I hope it's not this cold.
Well, you can't wear a jacket in the ring. You're going to have to look like Teofimo that night.
See, I'm already practicing.
You've been practicing?
How do you think Ryan stacks up with the guys you've been in the ring with before?
He's quick as shit. Bro. He can pop, he can crack, a lot of experience, he's been doing this for how old were you when you did this? Started?
7 years old.
Yeah, how many amateur fights you had?
A lot.
Yeah, you don't even know how many. That's how many. It's a fuck ton. Everybody here had a fuck ton of amateur. Well, I don't know about Barboza, but I know for sure Ramirez and Tio and Dev have. So
You know what I like about you? Like, of course you fight to win, but at the same time you're worried about entertaining. You're worried about making the fight exciting. Is that on the menu when you fight Ryan Garcia? Is that what you're trying to do?
I don't think I worry about making the fight exciting. I think I'm just exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'd be a lot of fun. It'll be a lot of fun, and we have a great card. We have a lot of dynamic and different personalities here, and it's a card that everybody's been waiting to see. A lot of these fights people have been waiting to see.
How confident are you that you can beat Ryan?
Oh, I mean, you should. I'm the most confident fighter in the damn world. I'm gonna always,
What's it take to beat him?
Got to crack him just, right there.
You heard he already gave you a strategy.
Strategy's crazy, I mean, he's a strong fighter. He's he has power in his hands, so I got to be sharp the whole way through, and can't take nobody lightly. I don't. I think that his fights after Tank, I kind of see, he doesn't seem the same to me like I told him in the face-off, but he's gonna have to prove me different, and we'll see.
Hey, Devin, I know obviously the left hook was a problem for you against Ryan Garcia. What have you done to change your style a little bit defensively, or have you?
No, I mean, I definitely have.
Fight back. Don't let him talk to you like that.
Shut up. God damn. Like, you don't stop talking.
Fuck no.
But
I'm
anyway,
sorry.
no, I mean, in that fight, I showed flaws, and I went back to the drawing board, went back to the gym, and I made those corrections. So I look to show them on May 2nd.
Do you think going forward you're going to be a little more conservative, a little more defensive minded in your next fight?
No, I can't say that. Like I said, I had to correct the mistakes that I made, and I will show the difference on May 2nd.
And what about you? Obviously, the left hook was the money shot, but outside of those rounds, you dropped him the left hook. He was winning most of, if not all, those rounds. Are you feel like you're getting a little too over-reliant on that left hook?
No, I mean, I've always had that in my arsenal since I was amateur. Everybody knows it. So that's not going to go away. That's not going to change. I think that I had a fight in spots. Personally, I think that Devin's very sharp, but I try to, give him different looks to, catch him off balance, catch him on moments where, he's not prepared for. And I think I did that well. And, that's what gave me the victory. But he's not going to be easy in the rematch. I don't expect it. We're going to come with good game plans, but I'm ready to prove that I could always beat him.
Teofimo, you seem to know all these guys pretty well. Other than yourself, who would you say is the best fighter on this dais right now?
The weather, man.
What's that?
The weather.
This dude, fool, bro.
Who has your respect to these guys?
No, hey, listen, anybody that steps in the ring, man, that's already big cojones right there. That's in that term, there's big balls in that. So I respect all of them that step in the ring. It's not easy. Any punch can really change our life, and then if anything can end our life. We just lost another fighter, I think, this past weekend, and it just sucks that we get to see those things happen. But this is the price that we pay.
You said the takeover is taking over Times Square. What has to happen in that fight for you to consider a job well done against Barboza? You got to stop him?
I think it's just having fun. I think my best I would say my best attributes are from having fun. Every time I'm just being free-spirited. When I allow the canvas to speak to me, when I'm there in the ring and just allow it to, instead of fighting against the current, just becoming one that night with boxing, however they want to portray it that night. The hard work is in the gym, absolutely, and then we just got to have fun. So for me, it's not really about just always knockouts. I mean, you got guys here.
Bogus, man. Why you got the damn armband on? He ain't playing a lick of basketball. This man is confused. He don't know if he ready for a pickup game of 21. If he ready to go, pick some damn straw somewhere, yo, bro, what's up with him? He got this damn wheat hat on, like he ready to go mow a lawn or something. Bro ass about to play 21, mow a lawn, take a nap. He don't know what he about to do. He doing everything right now at that house.
And this, just here sitting with us, that maybe they don't get the knockouts, but they're still entertaining in different ways. You know what I'm saying? So it's not really that. I don't necessarily got to put pressure on myself on that level. It's just having fun.
Arnold, you've been able to get guys out of their rhythm. You did it in your last fight against Jack. You seem to do it against Jose as well. How do you get Teofimo Lopez out of his rhythm and beat him?
I think it's just being myself, being myself and fighting the way I fight. I feel like this fight is going to go at my pace like it's been going for all my career. I fight at my pace. I fight, do what I want to do in the ring. So as long as I'm myself, man, I feel like I pull this victory off, So, I'm excited, man. Like I said, this is history right here with these guys. You know what I'm saying? So I know they're as excited as I am. So I'm ready to go.
Is he the best fighter you have faced, you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. You got to give credit where credit's due. He did his thing too. You know what I'm saying? But that's something I look up to. You know, I like to fight to a competition. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna level me up. You know, in training camp, it's gonna level me up. You know, just my mindset. So I'm ready to go.
And where do you rank him amongst your opponents? It's the best fighter I'm about to face. It's what it is.
Yeah.
They put him in front of me, then we go and then we define the odds and we beat him. It's what it is. Never anything ever changed after that, you know? So I look forward to a great fight.
I look forward to it too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fuck you though.
Nah, fuck you, bitch.
Still don't like you.
Yeah, I still don't like you either.
You know what I mean?
I still don't like you. Still, we wouldn't have even been friends in this lifetime. No
Look,
lifetime,
smiling.
bro.
Ain't nobody smiling over
Bro,
here.
I don't give
Tighten
a
up.
fuck.
All right, now.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I'm smiling because I'm going to beat the fuck out of you, bro. Like, straight up.
Shit, nah.
I feel you guys can give each other a hug after.
Yeah, shut up. There we go. Get him.
Man, what the oh,
Get him.
man. Oh, my God, bro. There goes his pops, bro.
Hell
See,
yeah,
that's why he acts like a clown, because his dad's a clown. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why, you know, his dad, you can see who raised him, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
tell him. Get him.
So, you know what I mean?
Get
You look at my pops, you look at his pops, you see a difference. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro,
Dynamic
that's why I'm a
duo.
real man. My dad raised a
Dynamic
real
duo.
man. Fool don't have a real man role model. You know what I'm saying? So it's fucking clown
This
show.
is what we
these
do.
guys. Everyone sitting here could agree with that.
Yeah,
So,
damn
it is what it
right.
is.
I'll say that. Yeah, we are. We're the biggest clowns in this shit. But that's what makes it that much greater. That's why I
Fucking red
train
nose
every
on
day.
and shit.
That's
Big
why I
ass
train
nose.
even more, because I know what it takes. All I gotta do is lose by you, because the odds already in your favor. Whether they want to put it in different atmosphere. I've been here. They gave me my first stain loss before any of y'all niggas. Before
Well,
any
this
of
is your
y'all.
hometown. What you
It
mean?
never works that way, bro.
What the
It's
fuck?
business.
Oh
It's a
my
business,
God, bro.
Remember that. It's a
Yeah, he
business. They did it to
wild.
me
He
before
was an
any of
idiot.
you guys.
Did what? Did what to you?
The business aspect of boxing, all
come
right?
on, bro. Start with
So
this
my
shit.
thing is, I know what I'm coming up from. The fact that they were gonna give you and let you hold that belt right there,
Bro,
the Fatal Fury.
You're saying
You ain't even
Cambosos
earned
didn't beat your ass?
bro. They what?
You're saying Cambosos didn't beat your ass?
No, he did not.
Oh my God, bro. What
He
you
did
talking
not.
about?
He didn't?
No,
Fuck,
he's
bro.
an
You
idiot.
fucking stupid.
I beat my own ass.
Oh my God. He hit himself in
Damn
the
right.
ring.
I did it to myself.
Oh man.
Absolutely. How many times they postponed that fight? How many times?
No, when y'all fought. Did he
Yeah.
beat your ass when y'all
No,
fought?
he did not.
Okay.
I put him down in the 10th round with my conditions on top of that. And you shouldn't be talking right now about beating asses, because the man's to my left
I got
don't
my
whip
O.
that.
I got my O. Do you?
You got your O.
I got my O. Do you?
I got my ring. You got your ring?
Okay. I had a ring.
You had.
And I gave it up.
Plural.
And I gave it up. Yeah. And I get that
Had.
one. And I get that one too.
No,
I get that one too.
I have.
You have an O.
I have a have.
Okay then.
An O?
Cambosos fucked you
Who
up.
cares about O's?
Cambosos
Muhammad
fucked
Ali
you
had
up.
5 losses.
Cambosos
Sugar Ray
fucked
Leonard
you
had
up.
losses.
Cambosos fucked you up.
Shit. Ryan Garcia has losses.
Cambosos
This is his
fucked-
main event.
No,
Cambosos
Ryan
fucked you
Garcia
up.
got 8 laws.
Shit. But why he ain't asking for another one? But I ain't even focused on that. Man, that guy's a sucker. You is what I'm focused on. You heard? And you gonna get it.
You're gonna get your ass beat, dog.
All Diddy. No Diddy, all Diddy.
There's
You
a
gonna
reason
get it.
why. There's a
Promise.
reason why your ass
All
didn't want to
Diddy.
fight. There's a reason why Top Rank kept your ass hidden like a little baby,
Nah,
bro.
man.
Get your ass out of here, man. Shut up.
Oh.
Ryan, you heard Devin say basically, I still have an O. How do you feel about that last fight? How do you view the result and how it's affected your career?
I feel like I won the fight no matter what. You know, I think that was set up, you know, in case they lost. That's how I truly feel. What rubs me the wrong way is how his brother knew that I was going to test
How could you set it
positive.
up?
How do you know? How do you know?
How could we set it up?
How do you know?
He said he had a dream.
How do you know though? How do you know? Nobody wants to answer that question. How do you know?
He didn't know. He didn't
I
know.
the shit that the fact that when you guys
Shut
aired
the
it out,
fuck
ESPN,
up.
you
Shut
was
the
with
fuck up.
ESPN. Where? In
Wait, what?
Connecticut? Was
No,
you
I
at the
was in
headquarters?
LA. I was in LA. What are you talking
You
about?
was in LA though,
I
right?
went
But
to
that was
headquarters
quick.
in LA. I
That
live
was
in
quick
LA.
for them to
I
announce the
live in
fact
LA.
that he was popped on
I live in LA. I
Australia.
went to the headquarters. You just said I was in Connecticut. You don't know what you're talking about.
No matter what it was, headquarters,
No matter
I
what it
understand,
was, you
but the
don't know
main
what you're
headquarters
talking
in
about.
Connecticut.
I went to the one in LA.
I thought you was gonna be in the main one. My bad.
No, I didn't. I
My
went to one
bad.
in LA.
Shit. No matter what the case, they aired it out the same fucking day. ESPN. And the only reason why ESPN now is putting the Undisputed thing now is because they leaving Top Rank and we could sue them for defamation.
For what?
The fact that I became undisputed
You was
against
undisputed,
Lomachenko.
too.
Winner
Yo, you're
takes
delusional.
all.
You're delusional.
Winner takes all.
You're delusional.
A lot of y'all could sue and I don't do it because I ain't this
You're
fucker.
delusional.
I ain't this sucker.
You're delusional.
This man sues. We
You're
don't
delusional.
sue. We just take it to the chin. It is what it is, and we keep it moving. We keep it stepping. And you know what? By the grace of God that it be, that's why we're sitting here with all these great, wonderful champions. All right?
Well, Devin, how do you feel that you have a fight and there's already another fight booked, the rematch with Ryan? Does that bother you that
Nah, at the end of the day, my main focus is Ramirez because what if I don't win that fight, then I don't get to the Ryan fight. So that's my main focus right
They'll
now.
find a way for
And
you.
then
They'll find a way.
shut the
Jose,
fuck
how do you view this?
up.
Do you view
All
this?
you do is ramble all day. That's all you do. That's all you
Yo,
do.
what are
You're
you
just
listening
rambling
to,
all
bro?
day.
Jose, do you feel this like, you mentioned you've been struggling, you were focused your last, do you view this as kind of like your last chance to make an impression? Hold on, Tio.
Yeah,
Let's let Jose talk for a second.
My bad,
yeah, for
champ.
sure.
My bad.
No, you're fine. I think I'm excited about this version of myself. Like I said, moving up to 147. I can see myself being stronger, being more energetic. But it's crazy how Devin Haney has more respect for me than the media. I'm calling Brian Garcia Devin Haney too, and the fight hasn't even happened between me and Devin Haney.
Yeah.
And he's over here saying I had to go past Ramirez first before you guys even say it.
Mm-hmm.
You guys said it at the press conference a couple times. I just hope if God willing everything goes well my way, May 2nd, we'll see if Ryan Garcia fights me next. We'll see about that.
And Rolly, how do you feel that these guys have a fight
Theo's
set
a
up and they're
fool,
basically like,
man.
oh, well, he's going to beat Rolly, he's probably going to beat Jose, and they're going to match up?
I feel out of all of us, I think we all have respect for Ramirez. I think it's the media that don't. We all have respect for him. But as far as like them, they could fight. I don't give a fuck. They could fight after. I hope you guys get that rematch, so you guys can settle whatever you guys got going on, But the only thing I give a fuck about is what me and Ryan got going on.
So you don't think if you beat Ryan Garcia that you're going to have you don't want Devin Haney next? You'll fight him and just say, let them go.
I feel Devin deserves his rematch.
All right. Who do you think is going to win between Teofimo and Barboza?
Bro, Barboza hates his motherfuckers' guts. Oh, bro, I just want to see, bro. I hope they swing for the fences.
When you fought Jose, you didn't dislike him, but you didn't appreciate that he was kind of getting more of the spotlight than you were. You seem like you really just don't like Teofimo as a person. Am I reading that wrong?
Nah, man, you're reading it right. I have all the respect for Ramirez, man. He knows that. Me and him talked plenty of times before we fought. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate
But man, I just don't respect him and his pops. I just don't. As people, man, like
Yeah, man.
like
Y'all
I
make
just
sure y'all-
I don't fuck with them. You know what I'm saying? I just not my style. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what it is.
Tio, he keeps bringing up you and your pops. Does your dad make things harder for you or easier for you when it comes to hyping up fights and performing in the ring?
He makes them a lot harder. What the heck? Yeah, my father always been that way. I mean, he's called out Lomachenko before I even thought about Loma. So it's always been in some way. I trust my father. I know that he knows I could beat anybody. So it's really what it is. It just makes it better, though, too, at the same time. He's a hell of a trainer, I would say. So, he's made me tough. And I think that's what it is. I think the most important part of a father's job is to make their son or their children in general just tough in this world, thick-skinned. You got to be mentally, physically, emotionally. And, yeah, even with this in the boxing, I mean, he's always talked highly of me since a little kid. Even going through the national tournaments, the regional tournaments, from amateurs and everything. So, yeah, I know a lot of people don't like my father. And because of that, some things may not go my way. It's against all odds, though. This is what it is, and I think my father plays a big role in my life at that times, because of that. It lets me know that if I play that part of being nice with everybody and actually being engineered, absolutely I'll get my way, but that's not me. If you can't accept my father for who he is, then it's for my time to actually show everybody, you got to respect it.
All right, we're basically out of time, but I'll give everybody one last chance to say their piece. Devin, your final thoughts, 2 months and ticking before May 2nd. How you feeling? What do you think is going to happen on that night?
I see myself being victorious. I'm happy to be back in the ring. I can't wait. I can't wait to, show the world the new and improved Devin Haney. So tune in May 2nd.
Jose?
I'll be ready May 2nd. I'm excited about this show.
Arnold?
Oh man, tune in May 2nd. I'm fucking this guy up. I'm getting my respect. And yeah, man, beat his ass.
All right, yo, you know what time it is, man. It's a takeover, Times Square takeover. No matter what it is and how they say it, we make it exciting. We make it fun to watch, really. And every time Teofimo fights, it's a fight. You know what I mean? That's what everybody is here to do, is fight, but we make it look great and pretty.
Bro.
I'm so happy. I'm thankful to be here. May 2nd, I mean, why can't it be May 2nd tomorrow? Because we're ready now. So let's get it.
All right. Rolly, you got Ryan Garcia, May 2nd. I know you've been wanting to fight him for a long time. It finally happens.
Yeah, long overdue, but I'm happy it's finally happening. And over here in Times Square, New York, on the biggest fight this year for sure.
Ryan, you always talk a lot of trash, but today you've been Mr. Gentleman. Can we get something out of you? What are you going to do to Rolly here in Times Square?
I plan to retire Rolly after this fight. I plan that he never steps in the ring again. I put him to sleep, and then we go after Devin Haney. That's what I plan to do.
All right,
You know I ain't retiring.
I feel like you.
But you and
we're
Devin
gonna
can
retire.
fight after, but you know.
Okay, we'll see. We'll
you gotta
see.
worry about me. But you know, the best thing is, I know I'm gonna get the best Ryan Garcia on fight night. So there ain't no fucking excuses or anything.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
There you have it. We will see you May the 2nd.
Shout out to them boys, man. That was funny, man. I really like that, man. It's their fight week. That's why I wanted to play it, man. A couple interviews from them. And again, shout out to Norman Senior for coming up to build with us, man. Tyson Fury made some type of announcement, man. Y'all excited to see Tyson Fury back in the mix, y'all? Big Tyson Fury, you know, the Gypsy King.
Just in the gym, happened to bump into somebody you might know. We back.
We got it. You know what time it is.
You know what's coming.
And you know, he's on this Fury Joshua wave. P Black was good with it. Now, I ain't from Brooklyn, but you know, he making an announcement back into the game. You know, a lot of people said Tyson Fury wasn't retiring when he announced the retirement. They say he do this all the time. You know, there's a number of different reasons why people suspect why he claimed he was retiring. That was him and Sugar Hill. So it's some talks about him fighting Anthony Joshua coming back. So we'll see. Both guys have taken multiple losses. It's a fight that many probably didn't think would happen, you know, after this long. You know, some people really did think Tyson Fury was done for. But here he comes back with somewhat of an announcement talking about him fighting Anthony Joshua. So if that fight comes to fruition, I mean, let's see it. I don't even know which direction to go with as far as picking, man. I don't know. Maybe Fury outboxes AJ. Maybe AJ catch him and knock him out. I don't know, but I wouldn't be against seeing the fight. If it happens, it happens. If it don't, it is what it is. I ain't tripping either way. It's a solid fight, you know. I mean, Fury still got something left in the tank, obviously. Then, you know, it should be a decent little scrap. Should be a decent little scrap. Tyson became in the boxing. Yeah, announced a retirement. Yeah, you don't get drug tested. Yeah, why won't Fury just retire? Yeah, I don't know what he got left to really prove, but it's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. And I know it was a discrepancy as to whether Devin Haney was asking for the weight to be at 147. That turned out to not be true. It wasn't from him, or you can't validate that it was from him asking for the weight to be at 147. So they're going to fight her to catch weight 144. That's pretty much welterweight. It's 3 pounds shy. They're going to be welterweights in the ring come fight night. May the best man win. But my bold claim of the card for May 2nd is, you know, Devin Haney is going to step on Jose Ramirez. That's what I think. Ryan Garcia possibly stop Rolly. And Tio probably beat Barboza on points. But I hope Barboza win. I really do. But that's the card in a nutshell. It's a solid one. I like it. And I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it. We might do a post-fight on that card. Yeah, I haven't decided yet. Fury about 13. Yeah, he carried time, right? Fury do all that, man. So he back again. They talking about him and AJ. I know people don't care, I guess, what's going on with AJ. It is what it is, man. I watched the fight. It was one that I think people will still be entertained by. I think it's something that people will still support, especially if they fight over there in the UK. It'll just end up being a big event. You know what I mean? They're supporters. They really like boxing over there. So they'll be happy to see them two get in the ring despite any loss they have taken. So there's still money in the fight, I believe. And the fact that it's still money in it, I believe it's a chance that it can't happen. So we'll see. We'll see if it happens or not. And we're going to tune in for this May 2nd card. Let's see if it's any upsets at all, if all the favorites win. You know, a lot of times upsets do happen and all the times favorites don't win. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to see. Yeah, man, if y'all haven't hit the like button, make sure y'all do, man. Yeah, we should be at 100 likes. And again, shout out to everybody rocking out. Everybody that, you know, reached out for the birthday. Much love. Everybody that supported in the Cash App and Super Chat today. Y'all truly appreciate it. And appreciate y'all constantly rocking with your boy, man. things go typically for Teal, a good performance versus Barboza, then put up 3 consecutive dubs, rinse, wash, and repeat. You know that's how they do. Shout out to Big Dog Willie, Javante, Neat Guy, Davis. What's going on? What's good with it, fam? How you feeling? Matt, hit that like button if y'all didn't, man. Sub to the channel if y'all haven't. Super chat, cash chat. Let's keep building. But again, y'all, it's a good card this weekend, man. It's a good card coming up, and we're gonna see who wins, man, because we know it's bigger fights to come out of whoever wins, and you got some new players, like I said, that's gonna be at 47. Should make some interesting matchups moving forward, man. 147 has had a different bit of life breathe back into the division, so it could return to form, man, because kind of went a little dry for a little bit in terms of like names and matchups, right? Once Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford departed, you always had Boots, but he was lacking dance partners. With the emergence of the Devin Haneys, the Jose Ramirez, Ryan Garcia, you possibly got different matchups or opponents up there for these guys. So we're going to see how all this shake out. You know what I mean? See if Conor Benn and Chris Eubank actually do a rematch, or if he take his ass back to welterweight and make a fight with one of the newer faces in the division. Because nonetheless, anywhere you look, they're good matchups despite who you think will win. I think it's been the most good, solid matchups that welterweight has had in a little bit. So we'll see. I'm here for it, though. Blair, Bodhiseb takeover. Tio and Devin is the real rivalry. Yeah, they got to fight, though. I think that's possible, too. Tio talking about going up to 47 possibly, too. So maybe he do that at some point and actually make a fight with that man. But I would love to see them two fight. They need to. It's a must. I hope they do. You know, I really do. But again, man, I didn't want to make this too long. Shout out to Brian Norman Sr., Team Norman. Shout out to Boxing, everybody that pulled up and supported the grind of that. And we're going to be back to build on this sport of boxing tomorrow, 4 p.m. Don't meet me here. Beat me here. And again, enjoy the rest of this good Monday. And I'll see all y'all tomorrow, man. Peace to the fans.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes, got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see him jump in whenever they go live. Peep it, his channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Jusdu shine busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Jusdueboxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Jusdu. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word 'em up. Yeah. You know what time it is. $4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.
In the building. Make sure y'all subscribe to Jusdueboxing, the best boxing talk on YouTube.
Jusdueboxing in the building, 4 o'clock shorty, man. Y'all make sure y'all check him out. He's going to be live today at 4 o'clock, man. And he's going to be spewing some good stuff as he always do with an unbiased approach, man. He's probably the most unbiased channel on YouTube.
What's going on? And one of my favorite channels, if y'all into that pugilistic perfection, if y'all into that boxing, that's that boy Jusdueboxing here on YouTube. Make sure y'all check out Jusdueboxing, not only unbiased boxing channel on YouTube, because I am definitely biased when I talk about boxing. So
as always, we got to shout out everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to my brother Jusdu. Y'all make sure y'all go sub to Just, man. just doing a hell of a job over there. Had a great interview today. The brother, and I say it respectfully, one of the most non-biased individuals that I've ever heard speak on the sport of boxing. And I got a lot of love and respect for my brother Jess, man. And right now, we're going to give him his just due. Shout out to my brother Just Do, man. Much love and respect.